We talking playoffs for the Carolina Panthers today and the potential. So let's get into it as we do.
Appreciate it, Mr. Davis. What's up? This is Thomas Davis, man, and you are watching the Black Cat Panther podcast. Make sure y'all tune in all season long.
Yeah, you know I'm a beast. You know I'm a beast. Welcome to the feast. My whole team off the leash. We don't know defeat. Everybody eat. Hey, you know I'm a beast. You know I'm a beast. Welcome to the feast. My whole team off the leash. We don't know defeat. Everybody eat. Hey, you know I'm a beast.
Can I run up the score, run up the board, breaking the mold? Ay, ay, walking the door, you know what happened? We step on the floor. Ay, ay, coming from on, you don't want problems, you already know it. Ay, ay, come on to it, you already know I'm finna go do it. Ay, yeah, I'm locked in, and I feel like Mark 10. Ay, walking to a room, chest up with my chin. Ay, already finished for this joint, even begin. Ay, when is what I am, I cannot ever pretend. Ay, yeah, never pretend. Ay, back in the lab again. Ay, you were not touching the friends, ayy. You were not touching the can, ayy. Putting the points on the board, I'm killing the boys, you know what it is, ayy. Switching the moves, no number two, I came in to win. They said I'm tapped in with the action. If it got the master on the master, I can never move passive. I'm active, I can make them go ghost on this cast. But wanna know who running it, just ask us. On the track, I'm gunning it, I'm blasting. This, that gas, and diesel, Shack and dog.
You know I'm a beast. You know I'm a beast. Welcome to the feast. My whole team off the leash. We don't know defeat. Everybody eat, hey, you know I'm a beast. You know I'm a beast. Welcome to the feast, my whole team off the leash. We don't know defeat.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to the Black Cat Panther podcast. Y'all already know what time it is. It's been a while since I broke out the pad and brought, that heat to y'all today. But today is going to be one of those days where we get into it as we do. Your boy is feeling a certain type of way today. I have been hearing a lot of rumblings. I've been hearing a lot of shout out to T for that. That was funny. He said, T is. But anyway, I've been hearing a lot of rumblings, a lot of ramblings going on that we've gotten better, that we have taken our time and we have started to ascend. I'm gonna look at this thing for what it is. And that's the thing. I want everybody to truly understand where we sit as a team for the Carolina Panthers. I don't want no mistakes to be made on this because number one, I know a lot of people think that we're better than what we actually are. And I want to just break this thing down to you guys today, first and foremost. So like I said, if you're just getting in here, come on in the building. We're gonna get into it today as we do. The Carolina Panthers, everybody know last year finished 5-12. No secrets this side of the Mississippi. None. Let me make sure I adjust this a little bit. No secrets this side of the Mississippi. So, therefore, to anybody that's under the impression that this team right here was going to go from worst to first immediately has to understand it is going to be a process. Number one, first and foremost, a process has to be put in place. You have to make sure that you, one, get the right guys. You have to make sure that no matter who we sign, you take your time and you assess them on a scale level from 1 to 10. 1 to 10 in being how valuable that you deem they be to this team and how valuable amongst the league that they are also sitting in. It's one of those things where I'm going to sit down and tell the truth as so help me God. So I want to take this time and I'm gonna share my screen because I believe that if we take our time and we go through this thing piece by piece, right now, because we're on the outside of free agency, and the goal is to have a team that you can take your time and say, okay, if you've gotten better, let's get better in certain aspects. So with that being said, I'm gonna skip over the quarterback position because we already know how that feels. We already know essentially in that room right there, the best quarterback on the team is Andy Dalton at the tender age of 36, 37. You know, he's the best quarterback in the room for the team, but he's not your starter. With that being said, I'm skipping right past that because I don't think nobody in their right mind, after seeing what you saw last year, would even try to challenge that. Okay, now at the running back position, we have Amani Bailey, Jonathan Brooks, Rico Dodal, and Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard and Dodal together is a very good 1-2 tangent. And I believe that they can make some real noise in the NFL. So at the running back position, we have masterfully upgraded a whole lot. I believe that, like I said, the two guys are going to be very good weapons out of the backfield. And I can't wait to see the 1-2 punch that they will offer to this team. Um, Next up, we got the receiver position, where here it is. This was almost considered where it was a weak point of the team last year. It ended up turning to be one of the strengths of the team, mainly because you had a young Jalen Coker and a young Xavier Legette coming into the fold that you traded in the first round to get. Xavier Legette, from what we know from him, um, there's a lot of the ceiling that he hasn't even begun to even scratch. Now, the question for me is will he get the opportunity to scratch that? You know what I'm saying? Will he get that opportunity to do so? Because as of lately, when we saw Xavier Legette, everybody has mentioned, over here in Carolina, you really get one season. You get one and done, and then they'll figure out what to do with you. So he didn't have the best showcasing as a rookie. Didn't have the best showcasing. So um he wasn't that bona fide guy that they thought that he was going to be when they took him. And I think that right there leaves Panther fans in a frenzy because Jalen Coker, who's undrafted, I'm hearing and this is crazy because a lot of people are coming out of the woodwork saying Jalen Coker has ascended. And you look at his yardage and you say, well, okay, what is he ascending to? Because granted, nobody had expectations for him. So for a guy that's undrafted to come out and give you 500 yards potentially is very good. That's you saying, hey, I've arrived. I can play on the level in the NFL and I can be a decent option. To me, that's still like a number 3, number 4 option, like a number 3 receiver, number 4 receiver. But just looking at that receiving room, Adam Thielen, who now to me is like a 2 or a potential a budding 3, but for us he'll be a 2, number 2 receiver, is our best receiver in the entire room. That right there for me is a little hard because this is why I'm steady seeing Carolina Panther fans say, hey, we need to get another receiver. We need to get another receiver. Get T. Higgins. Let me say it one more time. T. Higgins. Let me get T. Higgins in the door. Or let me try to see if I could trade for this person or that person. I'm going to tell you like this right here. Shit ain't happening. The number one thing to do is to take your time and look in this draft and potentially try to find somebody that you can come in here and bring in that could bring value to this wide receiver room. Now, to me, I don't think we need to get another big bulky guy. That's just my honest opinion. We don't need another guy that's big that can run routes because we need a fast, speedy, shifty guy. That's my honest opinion. If you wanted to give Bryce Young some type of option, give him a speedy guy that can get out in the floor and create mismatches. But we don't seemingly agree, me, Dan Morgan, David Tepper, whoever in the blue hell that you think is calling whatever shots it is in Carolina land, we don't agree. We don't see the team in the same direction. That if I'm saying I want to build this right, and I'm looking at what we have here, we already got 6'2", 6'2", and every receiver we got is the same similar type mold. So why don't we just break away from what hasn't been working for us? Because it seemed to be we can't pick a receiver to save God's backside of his ass. We can't seem to do that. So I think, and this is just my honest opinion, you go away from what you've been picking the last 3 years in a row that you can't seemingly hit on. You've been trying to hit on that AJ Brown type of receiver from Ole Miss that you just keep fucking missing on. I'm gonna vomit in my entire mouth if they go and pick another damn receiver this year from Ole Miss. I'm just putting this out there. I can't take another Ole Miss receiver, hit and miss. But that's not the here nor the there. I'm just being honest with you guys. Like I said, shout out to everybody on your way in. We're going to make sure that we do this thing the right way today. I'm taking it back to the roots, to the original ways of how we used to do things back in the day. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Your boys is going to be in the building in a minute, dog. Let's get into it. Good day to all you guys. Kitty, what's going on? We need another receiver. I'm looking at this roster right now, and I can clearly see it. We need another receiver. You need another guy that can come in and give you help. You need somebody that you can say, hey, we need to relieve the pressure off of what we're looking at here in Carolina. Xavier Legette is there. Jalen Coker is there. Adam Thielen is here. And outside of those three guys, you don't have a damn thing. Everybody else is dollar store rentals. You get what I'm saying? These are motherfuckers you pick up off the street and they ain't worth a damn. A hot fuck. So that's just me being honest. You know, y'all want some honesty. Y'all like it when a nigga keep it real with y'all. I'm just being real. We need to go some point in time and get another receiver. Now, the question was at one point in time, do you go high and get a receiver, or can you find somebody after the first round? Because I'm not gonna put a round on where we should go with it. I'm just saying outside of the first round, can you find somebody? Let's just be real. I'm under the impression if we were to go Jalen Walker, Mikael Williams, Pierce, whatever the fuck we do defensively and get one of those premium position edge rushers, I don't give a damn what they do with that second pick. If they don't want to spend the first two on defense, which I think that's what we need the most, but if they want to get the second pick with a receiver, fuck it. That's where I'm at with it now because I'm so tired of arguing Panther fans about this shit every day. I'm tired of talking about it every day. I want to make the team better, but understanding our fan base is not the brightest. So you got to kind of somewhat, in order to keep them from crying about everything, you got to you got to somewhat ease them into some stuff. So they want that guy. They want a receiver early. The Panther front office is always going to seemingly be listening to the Panther fans on Twitter, on Instagram, because number one, you have not seen the best out of your quarterback the last 2 years since he's been taken. You only got 6 wins out of the guy, out of 22 starts. So when you're looking at that, you're saying, well, what'll make him better? A receiver. Let's get a receiver in here. Let's make sure that we help him out as much as he can because we don't got shit in Carolina. You get him receiver after receiver. Since you have taken this guy, you've gotten a receiver every year. Jonathan Mingo, second round receiver. Well, Jonathan Mingo wasn't shit. Okay. Well, obviously, I wasn't high on Jonathan Mingo from the get-go. There were a bevy of the receivers that could have been taken in that year's draft. But in the second round, they reached for Jonathan Mingo because they wanted to get A.J. Brown. They wanted to get A.J. Brown for this young man. And this is what A.J. Brown entails. Like I said, they thought they was going to get a guy that could come out, be a physical, dominant receiver at the line that could come out here and win jump balls 50-50. Because they felt like their guy, as long as he has the ability to do intermediate passes, yard after the catch was what they were more focused on. Yak. The problem is getting the fucking ball from the quarterback to the receiver. That's been the issue. Like, I've been noticing everybody around here talking about the number one issues of the team. Everybody doing videos now. Hey, what's the number one issue left on the Panthers? What's the number one issue or the glaring need for the Panthers right now? I even saw, shout out to ESPN 99 The Fan. Shout out to them boys over there. They said that they want to take a quarterback in the third round, and motherfuckers jump all over their ass. Why would you waste a pick on a quarterback? Why would you not do this right here? All you got to do is give Bryce a receiver and he'll look better. Once again, those guys were just, they did something as simple as say, hey, the quarterback position for us has been a problem the last couple of years. And this is even dating back before Bryce Young, when you had PJ Walker and Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield, and you brought Cam Newton back. You've always had a problem with the quarterback position, and it haven't seemingly gotten better. You get Bryce number one overall, and you still got some of the similar problems that you have had beforehand. So therefore, winning 6 games in 2 years means that you do have a quarterback problem. That is as much as a quarterback problem. When you have a guy that gets benched the first 2 games of the season, you seemingly do have a quarterback issue, because you have a question mark there as whether is he the guy or is he not the guy. A lot of people won't even be real enough to sit down and have that conversation, because they're saying, well, they need another receiver and that'll make him better. To the little small-minded folks thinking the receiver is going to make a quarterback better, you crazy. It's the other way around. The quarterback has the ball in his hand 99% of the times. Every snap is touched by the quarterback. Every snap is touched by that. So he directly affects every single snap. And for a cat to sit here and say that a receiver is going to make the quarterback better, the quarterback is supposed to make the receiver better. You get what I'm saying? And the essence of everything, you can't go out and say that here in Carolina Panther land, because everybody is so sensitive. They so, what's the word? Wishy-washy, finicky fans, and they don't truly understand how football is being played in today's NFL, when the quarterback is the single most important position in American sports. You got to have a quarterback, and a good one, to be decent, not to be great, just to be decent in the NFL. If you don't have one, you borderline not making the playoffs, and then you sitting outside always looking, wishing that you had this, that, and this. That's what Carolina Panthers are in. We're in that purgatory where we're always on the outside of the playoffs looking in. You can't really per se win over 5 games. And that attributes to terrible quarterback play at some point in time too. That's the problem that we're sitting at. When you got a guy that's giving you, and you go and you look at some of our receivers' numbers. Adam Thielen was your best receiver last year, and he missed half of the season, and he had about, I believe it was 600 yards, 616 yards, and I believe he had a handful of touchdowns. And you go and you look at what he did, and some games you see he had 2 good games where he was over 100 yards. One of them was like 118, and then one of them was like 99 yards. And then you look at the rest of his games where they're 47, 50. He having 60-yard games, and it's like, bro, I'm like, can we keep this is your best receiver, and you seeing his numbers not look anything reflective of playing with an elite quarterback that everybody keeps saying that this guy is. When you go look at the elite company, their receivers' numbers speak and scream elite as well. And most of those guys aren't no way next elite. Like if you go look at a CJ Stroud and look who he throwing to, or if you go and you take your time and you look at a Joe Burrow, everybody crying for T. Higgins. T. Higgins ain't even had 800, ain't had 1,000 yards last year. He didn't have it. Joe Burrow threw for 5,000 yards. You get what I'm saying? Josh Allen, you look at what he has over there. Didn't have 1,000-yard receiver. The notion that you need 1,000-yard receiver to be relevant in today's NFL is bullshit, especially if you're that guy. I just told you, Josh Allen didn't even have 1,000-yard receiver, but he won a fucking MVP. I don't want to hear the bullshit. So that's what we always sitting at. We're always in a position where motherfuckers will make excuse after excuse. If you can't seemingly get a position right, they will blame that on everybody else. Well, he didn't have this. He didn't have that. It wasn't an ideal situation. The sun wasn't aligned. The stars was over here. You're hating. You don't love him. You're not a real fan. No, stop making excuses. We go to work every single day, and if there's a guy that's at the job that you work at and you know he ain't shit, most of the time you look at him and you don't say, well, he just need an ideal situation. Maybe if you just give him a couch to sit on, his legs won't hurt so much from standing. Or if you give this person that or give this person this, they'll be a better worker. No, either you got it in you or it ain't in you. Either you the guy or you're just a guy. I'm just honestly speaking. There you go, on Leo. The receiver can't get 1,000 without the quarterback getting him the ball. Like I said, you're directly affected by the quarterback. Quarterback play, they changed the entire game to suit the quarterback. They have taken the time to say that this position is so vital. We removed the fullback. We changed the running game. Think about it. When the last time you seen a true fullback in the football in NFL? When the last time you actually saw, other than old boy for San Fran, you really don't see fullbacks no more in the NFL like that. Why? Because they removed the fullback for blocking and they brought extra tight ends over here and they revolutionized the game. And they said, okay, we'll let the tight ends block for the receiver. For the running backs. We'll let them block for them. And there you go. The passing game, you could also use them as a dual threat element. You don't need a guy in the fullback that's coming in there specializing for blocking. The art has been changed of what we saw. I see they getting on Zach ass in the chat. Yeah, I saw him there a while ago. Once again, man, everybody has their own opinion. He believes in Bryce wholeheartedly. He believes in making excuses for Bryce Young. That's Zach. If Zach chooses to do that, that's him. I'm not going to glaze anybody. I'm not going to make excuses for anybody, especially when I'm looking around and you seeing Jalen Daniels. You saw Bo Nix. You see J.J. McCartney and the Vikings. Them boys they turned down Aaron Rodgers for J.J. McCartney. That just tell you what they really, really think of this guy. I need guys to get their head out the clouds and understand that what you're looking at now is the era of the quarterback. So you can sit here, fantasize and bullshit all you want, and act like this shit don't exist and you need this. You'll forever be putting parts around this boy. Now, granted, I just gave the running back room credit and I said how much better the running back room is here. The wide receiver room, you can use another receiver. But I'm going to be honest with you. You get these same weapons right here to a Joe Burrow. You get these same weapons right here to a Josh Allen, a Mahomes, any one of those guys that can, like I said, take shit and make it into lemons and make it into lemonade. You give Joe Burrow this exact roster with Xavier Legette and Coker and Thielen and see what the fuck will happen. You give Xavier Legette some type of a quarterback like a Joe Burrow, and this damn near he'll be knocking on 1,200 yards probably because they understand angles, they understand defenses, they understand coming up to the line of scrimmage what they're looking at, they understand how to properly get in and out the sets, time management. It's everything that's so essential about being a quarterback. So, and this is the thing, if you think I'm lying, tell me I'm a lie. Tell me right now that the NFL is not dependent upon the quarterback position. Like the quarterbacks are not toting the NFL right now. Please tell me that I'm lying. Explain to me where I'm lying at or where I'm wrong at on this. Because like I said, I got time today. As you guys can see, I'm in the studio today. I got nothing better else to do. I got time. Tell me I'm lying. Now, you look at this roster and you got Jatavion Sanders, you just took from Texas, a bona fide star. Had 300 yards in his first season, and most of the yards he got with Andy Dalton, the goddamn backup quarterback. The backup quarterback. So this is the thing. Your backup quarterback, you were able to evaluate this entire team after week 3. After your backup quarterback comes in, and you see what Jatavion Sanders is, you see what Xavier Legette is, because before then, you couldn't evaluate the team. That's why you benched the boy. Tell me I'm lying once again. Because if you would sit here with a straight face to tell me that you were able to evaluate this team week 1, week 2, I call you a liar to your goddamn face. When you got a guy throwing for 80 fucking yards in a blowout, and then the next week he followed that shit up with less than 100 yards. You can't win in today's NFL with 80 yards at the quarterback position. It's not going to cut it, dog. You call it what you want. It's not hate. It's you motherfuckers being pansies and understanding if somebody is not good, they're just not good. Now, once again, like I said, you could take Joe Burrow. You could take Allen. Any of them boys. Fuck it, nigga. You could put Dak Prescott with these same motherfuckers. Dak Prescott, you could put with these same motherfuckers. Middle of the pack Dak. And this nigga still come out and throw for the same 4,500 yards he be throwing for. I'm willing to be betting your sweet ass that he'll do that. But instead, you know, you sit here and you look at the roster up and down and you say, we got to add this. We got to add this right here. We got to add this piece right here. We got to go and get another receiver. You got to go get another running back. You got to go get another tight end. After a while, the team is going to be so damn stacked. And then it's going to be, well, you're going to start losing pieces because everybody on this team, you're going to play around at the quarterback position and it's going to be time for you to pay him. And I want to know right now, is you paying this nigga $60 million? Because the going rate for quarterbacks is going to be starting at about $60 million. Are you going to pay this nigga $60 million and you only got 6 wins out of the nigga in 2 years? Because year 3 is negotiating year. That's what this is. Year 3 is negotiating year. Now, granted, motherfuckers, just like our buddy talking about right here, it's a team stat. Bullshit. Let's be honest with you. The first season, we gave him a pass. We gave him an entire pass on the first season. You were so bad the first 2 weeks, you got benched. And now the goddamn backup quarterback had to come in. So I guess that's a team stat on how bad he was. He got benched for the team, I guess, is how you looking at it. It wasn't because of his play or his lack of quarterback play. because you just don't bench a motherfucker for nothing. I'm guessing that's what we sitting at. I guess niggas are saying he got benched because it was the team was the problem. The team wasn't good. I guess the team came out and threw them interceptions. I guess the team came out and fumbled that fucking football. You get what I'm saying? Niggas will change the narrative. Niggas will act like shit wasn't what it was. Week 1, we got blown out by the fucking Saints. Then we turned around, got blown out by the Chargers. And they said we can't continue to go on the entire season like this. We have to make a change. So you telling me 6-22, which this motherfucker just said is a team stat. Did the team get benched within the first 2 games of last season? Because if that's the case, like I said, then we can just nullify the entire position. We can nullify all of the positions on the team. Because you're telling me at that point in time that the entire team was bad and the entire team should have been benched. That's what you're telling me. Why didn't the whole team get benched if that's the case? Once again, I tell you, it starts at the helm of the quarterback position. This entire thing has been changed to suit the quarterback. And in spite of it being suited for the quarterback, you take the time, you look at this, you get terrible quarterback play, and then Castle said, well, just give him a receiver. Then you look around, you got the Justice League of receivers around here, and then the ball ain't being distributed. Then it's an excuse train. After a while, the excuses run short. And you after a while, you look around and you're saying, okay, I done gave him Mango. Guess he wasn't shit. I done gave him Xavier Legette. Guess he ain't shit. He all of a sudden he can't catch. I done gave him Jalen Coker. Jalen Coker, undrafted guy that we found in the late rounds, and he giving you starting caliber numbers. You got Adam Thielen. After a while, what else can you give this young fella? You went and gave him a tight end. Jatavion Sanders was the second best tight end in the entire draft, had 700 yards as a third-year player for the Texas Longhorns. And once again, we all said in last year's draft, Brock Bowers and then Jatavion Sanders was the top 2 tight ends. We got the second best. The talent is there. I don't give a fuck what nobody's saying on that. The talent is there. There is no room for excuses after a while. This year right here, y'all talking playoffs. I hear people saying 3,500 yards for the QB. Where this shit coming from? Man, the real sunshine, I appreciate you, man. Shout out to, who is this? Flame for Jesus. He said, I think we'll have 5 games this year. Everyone have a blessed weekend. Drop the mic. I hear you on that. Set my alarm off just now. I'll be damned. But all I'm saying is we got to speak in the factuals of what's actually going on here in Carolina land. If I sit here and live in La La Land from where a cat tell me, well, 6-22 is not a direct issue from us having bad quarterback play, you a lie. You a liar. And the truth ain't in you. But I'm not going to be the guy that's going to sit here and pound you over the head. Like I said, and in a nutshell, after a point in time, it's going to come back down to one position. And can that position make the most out of what you see here? And so I'm moving on. I got the offensive line. I rattled a lot of feathers with that one. I see them boys going crazy in the chat. But anyway, the offensive line. You got Hunt, Lewis. You re-sign Corbett. You bring in Cade Mays, you re-sign him, and you bring Brady Christensen back. Now you have the most expensive line in all of football.
Officially.
Once again, you cannot blame anything on this offensive line. You do a blueprint that said that the offensive line is the strength of the team. I don't want to hear not one excuse this year about the offensive line. You got a left tackle, you got a left guard, you refuse to get a center, so you resign all these guys here, and you saying center is not even something that you're going to even look at. You're not even going to even touch the center position because you re-signed Brady Christensen, Cade Mays, and you brought Austin Corbett back, who's been injury prone. So I don't want to hear no excuses there. The three of them niggas is going to rotate at center is what they saying. They don't want to even draft one.
Transformer. A goddamn transformer.
Yeah. What's going on with you today, Goat?
I can't call it, buddy. I can't call it. I'm just in these YouTube streets, cuz. We got a damn transformer at center. Take 3 pieces. Wow. Optimus motherfucking Prime.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn transformer.
All
One
right, go
herb,
ahead.
rotate him out, back up this one, back up the backup, and give them all money. Damn. Oh well.
I think we perfect time and Goat got my blunt and my Bojangles.
Damn.
Well, this is what we need to know today. Crazy thing is the Tennessee Titans. Oh Lord, they signed Xavier Woods today. A couple of days ago. I'm sorry. I'm a little late on that. You just lost another safety. Now, as we get closer to this defense, and you go watch me start talking about some of this defense right now. The offensive line is in place. Like I said, you got 2 tight ends, Tommy Tremble. You got your boys over there, Jatavion Sanders. You got 2 running backs now. Like I said, the team is built offensively. There's no more excuses. On the defensive side, as you can see on the screen, I got Ashawn Robinson. I believe that Bobby Brown is going to start in the place of Shy Tuttle. And then you got Derek Brown. You got Tershawn Walton behind Derek Brown. So what you did in this free agency is you bought a lot of D tackles that could come in and play nose. And then you got a lot of guys that can rotate. But most of them are rotational piece between Tershawn. You already had Raekwon Williams there. Like I said, you got Crumdy. You got Librarian Ray that you re-signed. You have a bevy of guys that you feel like you can throw bodies and make stuff happen with. Now, you look at the end position, the interior linebacker positions. This is where you have to upgrade the team the most at. You went and got Christian Roseboom at your left linebacker. And to me, he's a backup. He's a backup guy. Now, granted, you didn't have anybody to sit in front of him when you went and got him. So hopefully for you, like I said, he'll be a serviceable guy because, like I said, when you go back and look at some of his games with the Rams, he has what I like to call quiet tackles. You look down and you say, oh, damn. Like I said with Shaq Thompson, you look down and you say, well, damn, Shaq had 15 tackles today, but you didn't see him in the game. It's run assist tackles. It's tackles that you say, okay, he just round the play, so they give him okay, we'll give you a T. Let's go ahead and give him a tackle for that. He around the plate. He right there. He ain't made the play, but he right there. So you see a lot of that when it comes to him. Josie Jewell. Y'all already know, to me, Josie Jewell is a backup. I don't attribute Josie Jewell to being a starting caliber linebacker whatsoever in today's NFL anymore. He has lost a major step since he has left the Broncos. That's why the Broncos got off of him. We should have went in the draft and got a young fella, but we didn't. But it's okay because Josie Jewell has 1 more year left on his contract, and then he'll be out of here. So you got Jadeveon Clowney, your other strong side linebacker. This is his last season here, and you would hope to have seen something from DJ Johnson that would be worthwhile. But once again, he's always battling injury. As you see right here, he has a concussion and questionable for the start of training camp. He always got something going on with him. He always got something going on with him, man. Over, boy, cut it up. Boy, you almost made me laugh just now. Like I said, man, shout out to everybody in the chat. Playing for Jesus, we appreciate that super chat. He said, we need to upgrade the safety room the worst. We only had 2 on the roster last time I checked. You got darn right. Let's take a look at this right here on the screen. You only got Morag, who we just went and got, and you got Damani Richardson, which Damani Richardson is not a starting caliber safety at all. Not even a rotational guy. He's more a developmental guy to me. So you got like a 4th-string safety right there that's slated as your starter right now. You got to upgrade that position. I'm putting it on the screen right there for everybody to see. These are how they got the roster looking right now. Safety is a priority right now. Then you need, like I said, you got J.C. Horn. You need another corner because Mike Jackson, to me, is a rotational corner. He does not need to be starting on your team. He had a lot of blown coverages last year. Don't debate me. Debate the play on the field. That's all I'm saying. He had a lot of blown coverages, and everybody knows the first couple of weeks of the season last year, I don't know if he was lost or what. He came on as the end of the season got there, but the damage was already done. You get what I'm saying? Fucking season was over. He had no choice but show into his role at that point in time because the damn season over. You got nothing to play for. Omar said, would you bring back Sam Franklin for depth? Sam Franklin is a very good gunner on special teams. Very good. He made a Pro Bowl doing it. Would I bring him back? When we seen him one time, he had a pick where he jumped right in front of it and he took that thing back the distance. He is a very good button coverage safety. He's, like I said, he's budding. He has room to grow. I would potentially sign him because what do I have to lose with him? He gives you production is what he gives you. He gives you production on special teams and he gives you production as a rotational safety. So yes, I would sign him back just to make that sure. I would. I thought about it. I was on the line with it just now and I said, okay, yeah, he has done enough for me to say, okay, I'll bring him back. But everybody else, like I said, they say we got better. I just went down and broke down the roster to you guys. Right now, we got better offensively. Defensively, you could stop the run. Think about it. You were dead last in stopping the run. You probably move up to about maybe 28 now, from 32 to 28 in my eyes. And that's just me saying it was a minimum move because, yeah, you got some talent in the door that you had to pay for, but you got no game-changing talent. You get what I'm saying? You don't got no premium, supreme guys. Like getting a Mason Graham is a supreme guy. A Walter Nolan is a supreme guy. You know, like I said, a Mikael Williams is a supreme guy. Pierce, any one of those guys that's at the top of the draft at 8 that's sitting there are supreme guys. Kenneth Grant. All those guys could come in and be vital to stopping the run as well as getting to the quarterback. If you were to target some of those guys, those are the guys you need to be looking for. Fuck what you heard. I'm sitting here trying to figure out what are we doing. You need that premium talent. Then you'll see me come on live and say, God damn it, the Carolina Panthers got it right. Because when we almost signed Milton Williams, I said, oh shit, Milton Williams and Derek Brown together? That's going to be a nasty duo with Ashawn Robinson. That would have been a nasty trio. But guess what? It didn't happen. So now you got to live in the world of the shit didn't happen. I need to figure out how to make this shit work. Congratulations. You just played yourself, is what we basically did. But that's not the here nor the there, man. If you're just getting into the building, man, come on in, comment, like, subscribe. It's a different type of show today. Like I said, your boy's in the studio. I'm chilling. It's all good vibes. Kendall the GOAT is in the building. He gonna always give it to you as a TI is. I reserve the right to say, because the only way I say that we gotten 10 times better and we can make the playoffs is if we, one, go in there, commit defensively to stopping the run, as well as we commit to getting a weapon here or there offensively. Like if you commit to getting a late round tight end, or commit to getting a late round receiver, fourth or fifth round or third round, whatever you want to do receiver wise, and you still were able to get premium position talent with the first two picks, you wouldn't hear me say shit. I would say that that would be a hit on the draft. It would be a fucking hit. Cause let me tell you something. If you go get a JT Tumalo from Ole Miss in the second round, or Jack Sawyer in the second round, after you went and got a Mikael Williams or a Walter Nolan or something like that, that would be a damn good way to start this shit off. You know what I'm saying? Got a little bit of noise, go.
Yeah.
But yeah, how you feel about it?
Well, Q, you kind of in the echo chamber to me because I already said this. I sat there and I waited first of the year to free agency, which I knew that in free agency we wasn't gonna make no big splashes. Um, you said it yourself. You put it up on the screen. How much capital, money, Skrilla, the bank, the bag, whatever you want to say that the Carolina Panthers had. So the Carolina Panthers had to yet again whip out their credit card and pretty much go in cap debt, years debt, down the road, kick the can, whatever you want to say. Brent Tillis work numbers. Now, oh, we got the best cap guy in the business. We got the matter. I don't give a damn. He's still gonna have to pay that money back at some point in time. He can word that shit on the GM bonus, manager bonus, sweeping the floor bonus, whatever the hell he want to damn do. But at some point in time, we're gonna have to pay that money back. Am I not correct? Now you sit here and you sign these players on 2 and 3 year band-aid deals. Front load them, back load them, whatever you want to do. Then you got to come back like you did DJ Wanham and the other player, um, Dane Jackson, who's not on the team anymore. Restructure if we have any injury. You have to restructure those same 2 and 3 year deals. That to me, Q, that's not team building, bro. I beat the drum over here all the time, and you just said it. And I'm not trying to reiterate what you just said. Now they could have went and signed Brown or the other tackle from Kansas City, and we would have been fine going in this draft, which is a loaded defensive line draft. You've seen other teams getting rid of defensive players, especially linemen, who were going to cost them money because they knew that they had the talent in the draft to fulfill that void. Now, the Carolina Panthers fuck around every year and try to reinvent the wheel. When you see the league going left, they go right. When they see the league going right, they go left. We're one day behind, a dollar short all the fucking time. I mean, I'm tired of it, man. Really and truly, I'm tired of it. If I mean, you just break I know you need depth. You know what I'm saying? I know you need depth, but you could have got the depth. You like you said, these are rotational pieces at best, and motherfuckers are making them like they all pros or some kind of pro bowlers that we signed in free agency. And then yet you want to go sign more pieces in free agents. That's the then you want to extend the damn quarterback. What the fuck are we doing? That's just the question. That's where I'm at today, yo. That's just the question. That's where I'm at. I need to know. I'm tired of hearing this craziness out here in these streets. I'm done, y'all. I really am. You muted, Q. You muted.
Oh, I didn't say nothing. Link in the chat.
Okay, okay.
Link is in the
I'm
chat
just
if y'all want to come up here, man. Y'all already know what time it is.
yeah.
Uh the discussion today is in 2025. You seen we just went over the roster. We just gave our opinion on if we thought the roster got better or worse. We gave our opinions on most of that stuff right there. Now you tell us on your win, do you think we can win some games? I
Man,
saw a lot of people said in the chat they were talking as I started breaking down the roster because they act like I wasn't going, speak on the quarterback. Y'all boys are so fucking sensitive when it comes to that little nigga, man. Y'all got to really get y'all head out the clouds with that boy.
you got to say things for what they are. You got to see things for what they are. Like if Q just said roster building, you make the rooms better. If you break it down, just sit down one day and with yourself and you say, okay, tight end room. Did we make the tight end room better? Could we go in the draft and make the tight end? They are some phenomenal young talents at the tight end room that can block, catch, that can block, that can just catch, that can do whatever. But we signed Tommy Tremble back. I guess because he's a fan favorite. Is he a fan favorite? Is he a fan favorite? I don't know. We go in the wide receiver room and you say, I'm y'all know how I feel about Thielen. I say he's taking away from the younger boys. But so, like I said, the Carolina Panthers is in bizarro world because I don't know where you take a 34 going on 35-year-old and restructure his contract and give him a raise. You know, if you're supposed to have this young phenom you just spoke about, undrafted free agent, diamond in the rough, Jalen Coker. That's what you just called him, didn't you, Q? Um,
Yes, sir.
so why do you need the old man? You know what I mean? Pick you another receiver up in the draft and go play ball. Uh is it the deficiencies of the quarterback? Did you make the quarterback room better? No, you didn't. Because you just re-signed Andy Dalton. I mean, so did the rooms get better to me? Eh, the defensive tackle rotation did. I mean, hell, when you had historical numbers put on you, Derek Brown coming back. I mean, yeah, that's gonna be an upgrade. But I think we're in for a long season there, brother. Despite the draft, because I see some things happening in the draft. But we'll talk about that later.
Well, if they go and they do like how we said, okay, you go, you get a Mikael Williams or one of them boys or Jalen Walker or one of those premium guys that on that, like I said, if you don't want them, the fucking Philadelphia Eagles want them. They're gonna get them Georgia boys. I don't know why in the fuck we keep avoiding them Georgia boys. Stop the bullshit. Go get that
I mean,
goddamn premium talent over there and stop fucking
hey,
bullshit.
if they want to go to South Carolina like a motherfucker this year, I'm not mad at it. But it better be on the
Nigga.
defensive side of the ball.
Go. The thing is South Carolina had one of the top defenses in all of college,
Yes,
but
sir. Yes,
Georgia
sir.
has championship pedigree. You
And
you
I
understand what I'm
understand.
saying?
I understand what you're saying. But don't snub your nose at motherfucking South Carolina. If it's right down the road and you want to recruit out of South Carolina, I'm not
Go.
mad at you.
Go.
Shooting out of South
My
Carolina
nigga.
this year on defense.
My nigga, Williams Bryce is literally an hour up the road from my fucking house. Literally an hour.
Yeah,
You think I don't know
yeah.
about them balls over there?
I know. I know. But I mean, it's not a bad snub to say, okay, I overlooked the Georgia boys to go to the South Carolina boys, and I'm not mad at them this year, Q. If that seems to happen, but you
There's
better
three
do it on defense.
schools on defense that you should be looking at. That's Ohio State, because they had one of the most, they just won the title. Ohio State had Sawyer and Tumalo and all them boys, that safety back there. They got a good corner in Burke. They got pieces where you could sit here. They even got a good linebacker. If you picking South Carolina, you picking Georgia this year, or you picking
Hmm.
Ohio State. Them the top
Yes,
three
sir.
teams with defense that you should be
All
looking at.
day, all day,
God damn.
all day. You
Sunshine,
can't miss.
you're right. You
I'm
can't
trying
pass
to
up
figure out
on.
how you can. How can you miss?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. So what I'm saying, Q, is this right here. If the board fall, okay, so you got seven teams picking in front of us. You damn near now free agency damn near over, and you know what's out there, you know what's left. You see what everybody did. You can kind of gauge it a little bit better right now. So even if, and I was telling y'all this months ago, the third guy at certain positions on the board still is no slouch. Like if you say D tackle, if we use D tackle for instance, you say Mason Graham. I'm gonna ask you, Q. You say Mason Graham. Who's after Mason
I'm talking about D
in
tackle.
your eye? D tackle.
After Mason Graham, I go Walter Nolan, Ole Miss.
Okay. So and
After
then
Walter
let
Nolan, I go
there
Kenneth
you go.
Grant.
Okay. And then say,
After
give me four of them. Yeah, give me four.
um Walter Nolan, Kenneth Grant, um the fourth guy, and this is a toss up. Um, I could I could go Ohio State with Williams right there, or I could take my
Okay.
time and go. There's a bevy of ways you can go with this right here. At D
Mm-hmm.
tackle for that fourth guy, man. You could go Oregon because they got two guys there. They got Birch and Harmon, but then Harmon is a bad motherfucker. It depends on what you want to do. If you want to rush the passer or if you want to stop the run. If what you want to
Mm-hmm.
do, you know what I'm saying? This is what I'm
Yeah.
trying to get at.
Well, see, I'm with the first three. I'm locked in step with Q. I'm locked in step with him. Mason
Mm-hmm.
Graham, Walter Nolan, Kenneth Grant. I'm locked in step with you. Now,
Mm-hmm.
my fourth guy, like I said, I'm going to South Carolina. TJ Sanders. I gotta have TJ.
I don't think he the fourth best though.
I gotta have TJ, baby. I gotta have TJ. If I was
TJ,
picking
don't,
TJ
don't,
in
don't get
that
me
second
wrong.
round,
He a bad motherfucker. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to D tackles, I mean, I can practically tell you, I'll take at least. Okay, I'll put it like this: I'll take Talik Williams over him, Alfred Collins over him.
whoa,
I'll also
whoa.
take Harmon over him. What's up? Yeah, you forgot
You
about
say you're
Alfred
gonna take.
Collins, didn't you?
I know that, but what I'm saying is now, if you got Ashawn Robinson and now you got Bobby Brown, not Alpha Collins at second round. I mean, I don't need Alpha. You understand what I'm saying?
You can get
I need
Alfred closer to the third round because TJ
I need
Sanders is going to
somebody.
be late second round, early third round too. Because of the way how it is, I'm looking at the big board right now. Talik Williams has ascended TJ Sanders and Collins. He's gone up in the 40s. You got Darius Alexander from Toledo has worked his way up. Nobody was looking at him, but he has gotten up on the draft boards too, which he was below Talik Williams and Alfred Collins. He was way below
Hmm.
them, and he didn't move his way up. Derek Harmon, like I said, the top consensus five is Mason Graham, number one. Kenneth Grant number two, Walter Nolan number three. You know, that's interchangeable with me because I think Walter Nolan is a little bit better than Kenneth Grant. But then you got
I,
Derek Harmon and then Tyleek Williams, Ohio State. So therefore, next after that, Alfred Collins is that next tier. And then you have TJ Sanders, where you saying, okay, him and Alfred Collins are like close by each other. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
But you get, I'm gonna be like this right here. You can't go wrong with either one of them guys. It depends on what you're looking for. Like, and I treat it like dating. If you're looking for a girl with a good personality, or if you're looking for a girl with straight bringing everything to the table, I mean, you gotta pick what you want. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, cause see, I put Talik Williams and Alpha Collins pretty run stoppers. They over both of them over 330 pounds. You know what I'm saying? 6'4", 6'6". You know what I'm saying? Just
Go.
big,
Ain't
massive
nobody
human being.
moving. Ain't nobody moving Alfred Collins, dog. Ain't
No, ain't
nobody
nobody moving Alpha Collins. Ain't no Alpha Collins is my Jordan Davis. Now, if
Yeah.
we ever if we was getting, but we gonna pass him up just like we did Jordan Davis. We gonna pass him the fuck up just like we did Jordan Davis. If you
That,
a team that got 3,000 yards, 3,000 plus yards put up them on the run, why don't you got a 6'6", 340 pounder, young guy, proven? Hell, you got actually Kenneth Grant too. That's more agile, but all these guys are proven nose guards, and you want to run a 3-4, but you not gonna get them. I scratch my head, Q. I scratch
mm,
my head, and I scratch my head in disbelief. But you told me that the GM knew how to draft, and then he got his ass up there on the podium one day and said, you know, he's got to give Evero pieces. But you gave the man rotational players once again. What the fuck, bro? Help me out.
well, I mean, it don't make a damn bit of sense to me because it's to me that shit is ass backwards. You can't sit there and say, Bill, I want dogs. It don't get much big of a dog.
Ah, fucking dogs. This dog shit. Dog
Don't
shit. Dog
much.
shit. There we go.
You can't have bigger dogs than Alfred Collins and like you say, TJ Sanders. He's a late round dog. The only reason why he going in the second round is because, goddamn it, it's 32 teams and 32 motherfuckers need 32 different things. They first round talent to me. Alfred Collins and TJ Sanders, they first round talent to me. They are
First
game
round.
D tackles and they are in the right position.
Well, I told a nigga one time, man, this was probably like February, early February. Oh man, Mason Graham, you get Mason Graham. Who would you pick at 8? I said, well, Mason Graham gonna be gone. Jaguar, somebody like that. He gonna be gone. Okay. I said, I get Kenneth Grant. Ah, for the, you crazy as hell. Panthers got ran on like a motherfucker, you. You see what I'm saying? But you call yourself a Panther fan. You don't even know what the fuck we need.
Mm-hmm,
Why
mm-hmm.
wouldn't you get Mason? It don't matter if we were picking at 1 or 8 or 9 or what the fuck ever. That's what the Panthers need. The year we got Icky, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now people start picking left tackles and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Around here the last what? 5, 6 years ago in the first round, real high, top 10, right?
Left
But
tackle.
that's what you need.
Mm-hmm.
The Panthers need a run stopper. If they're gonna run the 3-4, you need a nose guard. Not the pretty pick, not the sexy pick, not a skill player. They need a fucking nose guard, a big run stuffing tackle, and then they need another guy who's a little jiggery, who can split that damn double team, who could get in them gaps, who could put pressure on the quarterback, move the pocket. Uh, it's elementary, bruh. It's simple. It's elementary.
Uh,
Simple shit.
that is crazy. Shout out to Pop for that super sticker. Appreciate you there, cuz. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure if you haven't already, you got your place in line. Membership is what we're gonna be talking about here in a few. Make sure you get your membership today. We always talking that popping good shit around here. And yeah, you want to be a part of what we got going on here. And like I said, you see the memorabilia, the Black Cat Panther podcast t-shirts. We got the old vintage style logo with the Dub Q on the front of it. Then we got the new stuff, man. So make sure you click down at the bottom and yeah, check us out. We in the building with it, man. Show that love. Yes, sir.
No. Yeah, man. I'm just sitting here, man, and I've seen it before. Last year's draft, the draft before that, where it was blatantly obvious what we needed, and we go out there and do something else. Or all these years we just gave away premium picks. The Panthers have a lack of talent, y'all. I mean, it's easy. They got a lack of talent, a lack of it. Your talent comes in the first, second, and third round. Like Q was saying, you got beasts. First 4 rounds of this draft, beasts. Day one starters,
But go
plug and
if
play guys.
they were able to capitalize on not having that talent in the building and take this year and say, okay, if I could get two guys, like think about Washington, what Washington did with Allen and Payne when they drafted them boys. And then they sit there, they were the fronts of the entire lines for the last couple of years. And now it's like, okay, they say, okay, we didn't want to pay you, so we're going to send you down the road. But they had
Hmm.
two dominant figures in the front of their defense. When you thought about Washington, who you thought about in that defense? Allen and Payne. It's okay to get two guys or commit to some guys that you feel that can be the face of this team. Like getting a Kenneth Grant would make him the face, the heir apparent to Derek Brown, and he would be immediately a star coming in through the door. Getting like I said, a JT Tumalo in the second round, or a Jack Sawyer, or any one of those guys that you can deem special as an edge rusher, potato, whoever you like, hey man, so be it. Get them. I'm just saying you need to get star power within the first 2 rounds, and it ain't coming from the receiver position.
No,
You just got
hell no.
here, and guess what? They already talking about getting rid of him.
Yep.
They talking about getting rid of him. Shout out to West. I
I
saw
will. I mean, I'd have wished they'd have went ahead and got DK Metcalf. I'd have wished they'd have hit that DK Metcalf. Then you could have went in this draft here and maybe drafted these defensive pieces. Because now they're going to try to get offensive pieces in a draft that does not have lackluster offensive pieces. Other than running back, say uh Omar Hartman from Carolina, or Austin Genty, you know, or uh Warren, the tight end, or what's another dynamic offensive piece out there, Q? Uh the tackle that's out there. Um, you know, these guys are the standouts. Every damn thing else is defense, bro. Every
you
damn thing else is defense.
Amari Hampton. You got pieces out here like what's the tackle? That big tackle,
Will,
Mimbo,
Will.
Mimbo,
Okay.
Mimbo, Mimbo. That big 6'8" motherfucker that ran that goddamn 4-4.
Uh huh.
I'll take him. I take.
Or
By
major. You know, you sit there and you need a center. You got three damn centers, and by the end of the year you might not have one. But you got majors out here from Texas, number one center in the nation. We ain't said a damn word about maybe drafting that. Not nothing.
mm-hmm.
Jake Majors. I mean, this is crazy, man.
And
Even
that's
if
a
they did want to do a tight end, why when they brought Tommy Tremble back, I said, well, yeah, see. See what I'm saying? Why would you bring Tommy Trumbull back, who's been here 4 years, ain't did too much of shit, and you got six easy, six easy tight ends in this draft here that would dust that boy? Easy, Q. Easy. Tyler
Well,
Warren, Loveland, Harold Franklin Jr., what's that boy name? Mason Tyler from LSU.
Arroyo, tight end from Miami. Shit. Gunnar Helm. Texas is better than that boy.
I mean, you could draft Texas if you want a school. Draft Texas, draft South Carolina. Just damn Morgan. Just focus on the damn school. And so, I mean, it's not hard, my boy. It's not hard. If you want this year right here, Michigan, just like you just said,
Mm.
like you said, Loveland. You can focus on Michigan. They got the tight end. They got two damn tackles. Damn. Come on. I don't. Do they watch college football?
Well, that's what people keep telling me they fired the scout room for. You know. So hey, your guess good as mine.
Is the scouting room in tone with college football? Because they'll fuck around and go to damn Kent State some damn where and go get a fucking whatever, bruh. Not saying Kent State ain't got no talent, but what I'm saying, you got some of these Power Five schools got amazing talent this year, up and down the roster in different positions. Y'all, we're not gonna touch them. I'm sorry to tell you, but we're not gonna smell them. Cause if they make a mistake at 8, they probably gonna make a bigger mistake at 2. And by the time you get to the third round, a lot of that talent. Because if you draft a receiver Q at 8, then you're gonna go in there and try to get an edge, and a lot of that talent pool is gonna be gone. Cause edge rushers is getting ready to come off that board, bro. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're getting ready to start flying out. They're gonna after the top, probably the top 10, say Abdul Carter, of course, Walker, McHale, what another boy named start with a S. I'm sorry, y'all.
Who you talking about?
Where is he from? The other edge rusher, like he's probably like the fourth guy.
Jamal Stewart.
Stewart. Thank you, Stewart.
Oh,
Once them guys come, oh, Mike Green. Everybody loves Mike Green now. Mike Green, a Pro Bowler now. You know what I'm
listen,
saying?
they actually done move him up in front of James Pierce. Mike Green, they got him at 17 and James Pierce 21. So they got him.
I mean,
I
it
ain't
is what it is, man.
bombs over the prototypical guy. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I don't see it, y'all. I mean, I'm not gonna do it. I mean, yeah, he like I said, you got the prototypical guy and that can play back and front. Cause let's be real now, he's not dropping back in it. Depending on what kind of coverage Evero dials up, what kind of front that if you was to pick a James Pierce, how much do you think he would be back in coverage, playing the back four?
Um, to be honest with you, with the way how the 3-4s ran, he would probably be half of the time in coverage. Because you gotta look at that's what they did here with Burns, unless they designate him to come off of the right side. The left
Mm-hmm.
side be back in coverage. The right side would be coming off that edge,
Be coming off that edge. Yeah, setting the edge and coming off that edge, off that strong side.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just a matter of how you play it, and a matter of what you want to do where these guys is on your board. But I think, like I done told y'all before, Mikael Williams and James Pierce has to be the guys for me. Um, If they thought so much of Walker, to me, they'd have kept Frankie Louvu. You understand that? That's my basic take on that. You know what I'm saying? If you thought so much of that position, outside linebacker like that, you'd have kept Frankie Louvu. You'd
And
have
that's the
signed Frankie. You did
comparison.
whatever the fuck you need to do to keep Frankie Louvu in the building.
Ain't that crazy? Oh, shout out to my boy Vocal Vite. What going on, cuz? He said, how y'all feeling about 2025? Is Bryce the guy or what? Vocal Vite, come on, cuz.
Stop it,
Come on.
vocal bite.
Come
Stop it,
on.
please.
Come on, cuz. You already know how we feel about that little motherfucker, man. Stop it. That boy
Stop it.
ain't, and it ain't changing for nobody around here. That nigga's not it, dog. I'm just saying, it takes the Panther fan base a little longer to get onto the bandwagon. He got to lose a couple more games for them, and they got to actually lose hope. That key word is hope. Once they lose that shit right there, then they'll be like,
Tell
think
ya.
about it. Like at the end of the year, it's gonna be time to start talking extension. They ain't giving that little nigga
Mhm.
$10 and he ain't win no games in this motherfucker.
If he gets 7, Q, I think 7 is the magic number. These motherfuckers around here, just like you said so much. What the nigga say a while ago? Um, what he say a while ago in the chat?
6-22 record is a reflection of not, it's a team record, not on him.
No,
And like I
team record. Yeah, you see, do you see that type of damn excuse? You see what I'm
nigga
saying?
games in 2 years out of 22. And this is crazy.
Man,
He gets benched for terrible quarterback play, but they'll admit that. They act like they don't see or hear that shit there. And then they'll sit here and tell us every time they see us, well, the team got to be better around him. You go get a tight end, you go get a number one first round receiver in Leggett, which I didn't want that nigga. But I once again, you get to see this shit for what it is. It's just a bunch of hot manure put together and they shit to work. And it's just not. Shout out to Flame for Jesus for that goddamn super chat. We appreciate you. He said we can't get everything out of the draft. Go. We don't have enough picks for the position we need. We need 2 safeties out of this draft. That's what Dan left us. Oh, you better watch your black
but
ass mouth. You
but
better, man.
Flame. All I'm saying like this. Let me clarify myself. It should have been a no-brainer, a D tackle or edge rusher. Either way, either one you want to go with at 8, either one you want to go with at 57, 47, or whatever that second pick is. No brainer to bring the young dogs in here to learn from Ashawn and a Derek. Ashawn gone next year. Shy Tuttle should be gone this year. You still got Crumedy. You still got Ray. You know what I'm saying? Which they'll probably be gone next year because I don't see production out of either one of them. Crumedy say hurt all year this year. Ray was a minimal rotational piece at that, so you got to bring better talent in here. Just like you said earlier, you got to bring star power in here. Y'all talking about winning games in the NFL? You got to have these A plus A guys. This BC shit, it ain't gonna cut it. You talking about pulling games out your ass in overtime, winning home games, not getting ran the fuck over in your own stadium. You got to have A talent. You got to have
Go,
A-list talent.
go, go. Tell these niggas about how like Batman, and then when Robin came by the Joker. Tell them niggas that shit.
Batman is the hero. Everybody knows Batman is the hero. Batman told Robin, don't go fucking with the Joker. You cannot handle the Joker because he is Robin. Do you understand what I'm saying? That hard head ass Robin, who is a BC player. BC player. Robin is BC talent. Go and fuck with the Joker. The Joker is a A plus villain.
Oh,
Next thing you seen Robin ass sprung the fuck up, hanging by his goddamn feet. Joker done beat the shit out of his goddamn ass. Then you see Batman on the damn bat cycle. Racing like hell to go save this motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? Racing like hell to go save this motherfucker.
Oh,
Hard headed ass ain't nothing but B talent. He told him, don't fuck with the Joker till I get back. It's like Derek Brown telling Ashawn them, don't fuck with Kansas City. Don't fuck with
what it
the
is,
Eagles. Don't fuck with Lamar them till I get back. God damn it. A grade talent. That's the only A grade talent we got on that line.
man.
Don't fuck with Joe Burrow till I get back. Don't you go fucking with Justin Herbert till I get back. Then what
Oh,
you seen, A-Town? Feet goddamn dangling. Shot Turtle over there to the goddamn side. Joe Burrow, all them boys, an 8 day. King Henry Lamar, an 8 day damn ass up. They B grade talent, C grade talent. That's the best I can explain it to you. They Robins. Nothing but Robins.
Dang.
yeah, yeah. What you guys?
You well, I feel like well, I would hope the Panthers, draft, Williams from Georgia. I would love that. Or, Jalen Walker. But you brought up an interesting point about him though, because if you were so deep into getting Jalen Walker, then you would have kept Frankie Louvu.
You got Frankie Louvu.
Dang.
If you value that position, Jalen, if you value that position that much, if that position was supposed to make Everro's defense click, if Dan Morgan Senior, if that position was just as valuable as a TJ Watt playing that position, or you know what I'm saying? Some of those guys that play that position, the Jack, the Rover position, you know what I'm saying? That Sam, that 52 mile, whatever you want to call it. But if that position was as valuable as it's supposed to be, now used correctly, that position is a hey, boy, you can get productivity out of that position like a motherfucker if it's used correctly. But it must not be in their scheme like that because you sent a what all pro dude down the road.
Mm-hmm. That don't make no sense, man. And go. Did you see, man, like the stuff what's been like happening though, like behind the scenes, man? Like Panthers are thinking about getting receivers and and getting, defense from there. Like in the second round or third round, which I mean, I don't know if they should do that, man. I wouldn't draft no receiver first round. I can't do that. I can't do it.
Well, how many do you think is first round worthy?
Ooh. First round worthy. Not sure. I don't know. You could say McMillan, but um, McMillan, he's dang. I don't know. First round talent. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you got I mean you got Golden, you got McMillan,
True.
you got Luther Burton, you what's that boy name? Abukaway or
Oh
Ebuka,
yeah,
whatever,
him. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
from Ohio State. Now we've been talking about him for about when he was with Marvin Harrison and what the boy name in Seattle, SJJS, whatever the fucking initial he is. But he been with them boys, but he been over there with Ohio State with some of the best, and then his production went down.
Hmm.
Last year. So is he a number one or is he a T Higgins type? Huh? Certified too.
I'm so sick of getting.
What the fuck are we drafting here? You
I'm
understand
so
what I'm saying? So
man. I'm so sick of
so
getting
what I'm
receiver
saying, Jalen,
two
yeah, you fuck around and get a receiver too to be your
again.
ex again, yet again, again. What are we doing, people? What the fuck are we doing?
I'm gonna tell you like this right here, go. I had this conversation with Wes last night, and I told him I wasn't gonna say this shit on live. And let me tell you something, dog. The craziest thing what you gotta understand is you can draft away. You can
Yep.
go get, I said, Jerry Rice. You can get T.O. type of talent, Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce. But if you don't got that goddamn quarterback to push the potential out of that talent, then you sitting there at the end of the day with cats that just are bodies. They just guys. Because let me tell you something. When you see, when you take a look at some of these guys that's around here at the receiver position, you got some guys that are so good they'll make any quarterback look good. But
Mm-hmm.
then you some receivers that turns the roster into an entire championship contender. You get what I'm saying? You got the
Mm-hmm.
Sam Darnold world that
Mm-hmm.
Justin Jefferson. That's the era where we running with our quarterback at. Our quarterback will be in that same like category. Then you got guys like a fucking Joe Burrow. When you put Jamar Chase on this team, Jamar Chase is going to go to another level. When you put when you look at some of these guys around here, like what's the motherfucking Josh Allen. When you look at Josh Allen, he had nobodies, but he contending for Super Bowls because why? He is
He a all
that
star.
Well,
he makes that
close to 4,000. He ain't had nothing at receiver. Close to what?
nothing.
Mm-hmm.
4,000 yards. Close to four MVP. MVP. Shit, that's all I gotta say. MVP.
Yeah, man.
MVP.
He's an all star, man. All star.
I say I don't want to hear that bullshit when niggas talking about you need supreme talent at the receiver position to be able to win in the NFL. The nigga was in the fucking playoffs and a play or two from going to face borrowed him again. Stop it.
Well, well,
Because
you
hold up. Since I can't think of who is they running back over there in
Nobody.
Buffalo.
Cook
If
got
they,
the what
was it
is
Cook
it,
or did they get
yeah,
running back by committee?
it was
Oh,
Cause I
Cook.
can't think who they. If anybody know in the chat who they running back, Jalen said Cook. But then who was his two receivers? He
he
had a
had the
little white boy.
young boy,
Keon Coleman.
Keon Coleman. Yeah, yeah. I
No,
couldn't think of
he was hurt. He was hurt though, Jalen. He was hurt. He ain't
Ja-
play. I think what Coleman didn't play about 12 games, did he? 11 or 12 games.
he had
He had
James
an
Cook.
injury.
Remember now, Frank Gore Jr. Was the young rookie that they had over there. Receiver, his best receiver was Shakir.
Yep.
Josh Palmer is there. Remember Josh Palmer, Curtis Samuel, LaVisca Chenault is there.
Oh shit.
The
LaVisca should know. Oh
Then
shit.
Achilles.
he got a two-headed receiver at Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid. So those two guys are
That's
dogs.
okay. So how many Kincaid have? How many yards Kincaid have?
Hold on, I got you. Dalton Kincaid for the season had 448 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he had
How
damn
many?
near
What you say again, Q? You broke. I broke up on you.
he had 448 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Okay, for the tight end position.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then
I mean that's kind of underperforming for him too. So Josh spread the ball around this year.
Yeah.
Dawson Knox 311, 1 touchdown. The other tight end.
So basically, y'all see that. Josh Allen had probably about five receivers. He spread the ball around. He spread the ball around with the tight end, whatever. Didn't have, I mean, had Cook at running back. Really, no weapons to speak. No weapon to say. Oh, he got a top whatever, top five, top 10 guy in the league. He didn't need that, y'all.
See?
He doesn't need that.
And look at it like this, GOAT. Shakir had 821 yards, 4 touchdowns, and Keon Coleman had 500 yards as a receiver, as a rookie. And then, like I said, you got Josh Palmer. Josh Palmer, we've been excuse me. Josh Palmer is that boy from Tennessee that we've been saying before. Hey, that boy was nice a couple of years ago. Palmer. He had 584 yards this year
Dang,
All
as a
I'm
he this.
doing is cementing my position of what I say all the time. Look at Josh Allen, one of the best of the best quarterbacks. Done. Basically, he's bullied his division for the last 5 to 6 years with the Buffalo Bills. They got rid of Stephon Diggs, a big name receiver. I mean, really, he hadn't done a whole lot over there but run his damn mouth. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Kind of complain or been a locker room distraction, you know, maybe not the first year he got there, but ever since. Okay,
Mhm.
so now that you take him, send him down the fucking road, and Josh Allen go win an MVP. You understand what I'm saying? That's the type of talent I want in my backfield. When I say what I
Man,
say, not a motherfucker who every time you turn around, he needs to well go get him. You take it. You gotta go get well. And now we keep taking away from the rest of the damn team other shit
Mhm.
we need because we drafting receivers every year.
So you basically want an all-star quarterback. Basically, that's what you're saying. You want that all-star. You want that
I need
it
him,
factor at
Jalen.
quarterback.
I got to have him.
Oh, okay.
I got to have him.
That's basically gonna evaluate others, right?
He makes the shit click. You understand what I'm saying? You ever seen gears in a clock start working?
Hmm.
There's what they call a bull gear. It's that gear in the center. Without that motherfucker, the rest of them bitches don't turn, Jalen. Without that
Dang.
bull gear. You understand what I'm saying? He is the main
Yeah.
gear. He's the quarterback. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so for that nigga to say win loss is a team stat, okay, well you tell the goddamn quarterback after a loss that's sitting in front of the NBC cameras and the ABC cameras and the Fox News cameras and all the damn reporters, hey, what happened on that play with the Thursday? That's him. That's on him,
Dang.
homeboy. Then you ask the coach and say, I got to coach better. I got to go look at the tape and all that shit. It's on the coach. That's a stat for the coach and the
Dang.
motherfucking quarterback, homie.
Yeah, Bryce Young, man. I hate to break it to you,
That's
go, but
first two people.
Bryce Young is not a all-star. He's more of a low-level starter. I'll call him a low-level starter. He's not an
Oh,
all-star.
you just realized that.
Yeah, he ain't an all-star. No,
Okay.
no, he not.
CJ Hill, what's going on, cool?
What's up, brother? You get me?
Yeah,
I
Yep.
got
yeah.
you all day, loud and clear.
What's up with y'all boys, man?
And
Man,
chilling, fam, living.
Chilling.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a little comment. Like, what I got wrong with Panther fans is we keep celebrating this shit just because we realize that he could finally play football. With quarterbacks, you got 5 layers. We would say, Josh Allen, Lamar, Autumn Burrow, they at 5. We didn't know Bryce could get over 1. So
Damn.
now the fan base is celebrating that he can finally play football. He can actually stay on the field. This all the shit they celebrate. But now when we get him everything that he needs, then what's gonna be the excuse?
See?
We went
See?
crazy. We went crazy on O-line last year. I ain't like that shit. I love Hunt. Hunt a great player. Damian Lewis, he's okay. He's average to above average. But they doing all this shit in a rookie deal. This the time we supposed to be taking advantage and open up our Super Bowl window. What about when that time comes that he want the money? we already know. What's his name? His daddy name Craig Young. He
Oh
ain't
Craig.
finna.
man.
He
Him.
ain't lowballing shit. That
Craig.
motherfucker been rich. It ain't no lowball. It ain't no hometown discount. None of that. That ain't happening.
Mm.
So we got 1 year before we start introducing these terms of, a long-term extension or whatever they call it. So this the time that we supposed to be taking advantage of, but we realize this motherfucker can just play. That's the discrepancy. So just watch this time next year. Just watch the sentiment they have of Bryce Young after this season.
Mm.
So what you saying, CJ, is what you've seen is this nigga just playing. That's all he is just a player, just a guy,
That's
a
it.
jack.
Jack.
Okay,
He's
okay,
a Jack.
okay, okay. Jag. Just
Jack.
another guy. Yeah.
Just a guy.
Okay, okay,
What
okay,
what
okay.
what makes hold on. Pull this up. Pull up Kyle Allen numbers and compare them to Bryce.
Uh,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they don't want to see that. Pull up Kyle Allen versus Bryce.
oh, you
It
mean
gon'
the Kyle Allen or John Allen? Which one now?
Kyle Allen, who
Okay.
played for us. You remember that season he put up for us?
Yes, sir.
Pull it up.
Well, he
That
already beat him though, CJ. He won like 5 games that season. Bryce ain't never won no goddamn 5 games in no row.
Green Ash.
and the
Bryce
crazy
six and
thing,
22. That
you
nigga
saw
six
how
and
they shit
22.
on. They shit on Kyle Allen. They shitted on. They shitted on Baker. They shitted on Sam Darnold. So what's next?
Black Cat, what up, bro? What's up?
What up now?
What's
Twan,
going
what up, brother?
What's going on with all y'all, man? Y'all having a good afternoon?
Good. Yep.
because make it.
Trying to do what we do.
Chew, quarter bomb, what's up, bro?
What the fuck everybody for?
Look at 2019, Q.
Man, do you know how many times I done seen your name up there, man? That's where I got it from.
Boy, yeah.
Chew nicest, what up? What up?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Well, I hear you shaking your Kendall, I'm shaking your titties this morning. It was some good talk. It was some good talk this morning, though, man.
I got it ready for you, cuz 3,302, 17 touchdowns and 16 interceptions.
Dang, they
He
right on
had
par.
3,000. He had 3,000 yards.
Yep,
That, that's
That's it.
2017.
300.
Dang,
13
dang.
games. Look, 13 games.
That's
Oh man.
13 games.
Whose
that
stats are we looking at, fellas? My fault. I'm just hopping in.
Kyle
Kyle
What
Allen.
up?
Allen.
What up,
Damn.
Omar?
What's going on? Go. I got to respond to you very quick. I
Go ahead.
go.
He
I
got sacked
know you.
46 times, too.
If
Yep.
Ted is on
In
that board at
13 games.
8, you know we taking Ted. If he's on that board at 8, he's a
Don't say
Carolina
that,
Panther.
man. Do not
Don't. What
say
you mean?
that.
Don't say that.
Don't
What?
say that,
This
Omar.
did
That's
you
what
not see that? Did
I
you not
done
see
said
that
that,
wide
Omar.
receiver room Q pulled up? That wide receiver room
Mm.
Q pulled up was atrocious, disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying
Omar.
improve this wide receiver
Omar.
room for Bryce. I'm saying improve the wide receiver team for this team.
For the
Like
Oh, in
Buddy, I was
general.
saying,
Now,
Omar.
we have to make
I
we have
said
to
that
make
the
a
last
decision.
live. I said that the last live, Omar. I said
Yeah,
that's who we getting. We getting Tech McMillan. Because you
I,
can see the writing on the wall what
it's
they
on the
did in free
wall.
agency.
It's on the
can
wall.
But they got
This
the
say,
cap in
look,
the defensive end.
Okay, I agree with you. Go. I'm agreeing with you on that.
Omar right on point, too, man, because what I was going to say is this. When we can talk and do the breakdowns, man, teams are always going to go after the sexy picks first, man. They really are, man. They gonna go after special position players. I mean, when you're a team that has to have a lineman or something like that, that's when they go at those guys. But everybody wants the sexy picks first, man. You know what I'm
Oh my
saying? And
god.
sometimes teams usually choose over what they actually need, and they'll try to go BPA. You know what I'm saying? I
And
hope Carolina, when we do this draft this time, I hope that they're out there drafting what we need. I mean, to fit the team Because if you go out there getting BPA and he don't fit what we trying to do, then that's gonna be disruptive too, man. You
And
know,
I don't know. This is a
that's gonna
hot
be
take.
dumb.
I don't see us
I
drafting an
The
edge
Jets,
early.
they're gonna
I don't
take
see us
that, bro.
drafting an edge early. I think they happy with the vets they got at edge because we just got bigger holes. We need another linebacker over an edge. I'm sorry. We need a safety over an edge. We only got right as of right now. We only got two safeties. So I think you need a safety and a linebacker over edge because
But Omar, I'm gonna
they
tell you this
address
though, Omar.
some edges.
If they go get Ted McMillan, they
It's
are.
over.
If
It's
they get
over.
Ted McMillan, they are not doing that for the team. They're doing that for Bryce.
Yeah, it's over,
Oh,
Because
bro.
but
you
here's my
It's
thing
over.
though. But here's my thing though, Twan. If it don't work with
Omar,
Bryce, we still got Tech though.
let me throw this at you though, Omar. Okay, Miles Garrett. What is Miles Garrett? Define him for me. What is his position?
Game changing edge. He's a game changing edge. He can wreck a
Okay,
whole game
so
from edge.
Miles Garrett wrecks a whole game, puts so much pressure on there. When you get pressure like Miles Garrett can apply,
Hmm.
your corners, your safeties do not have to be all pro. You know what I'm saying? Pro bowler
See?
type guys. So therefore, you just seen it. You guys just seen it in the Super Bowl. You have to fix that defensive line, that front seven, first and
First.
foremost,
I
before
completely
you can
First.
even
agree.
talk
you
about
got to, you
But
You
on
got
got
any
to.
of
to,
these
man.
are the and I don't know. I'm not gonna act like I'm a scout, but from this what I'm hearing, Mikael Williams or from Georgia or the Jalen Walker dude from Georgia are the two realistic guys that I see. Because either I see
This is
that
what
we
I
take them
want.
at 8 or they drop. I've seen a couple of mock drafts where they may go as early as like with the Jets. But I see a lot of them, Jalen Walker and them Mikael Williams dude, if the Panthers don't take them at 8, they fall into the teens. You know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah.
are those one of those game changing, wrecking havoc from the edge type of lineman? I'm asking you fellas if they one of those, if one of those two are those type of guys.
Omar, I think so. I
Okay.
think so. At my first pick, I got four guys that I don't even care who in what order or if they, but I would be perfectly content with either four of these guys. Walker out of Georgia, Mikael Williams out of Georgia. Um, who are the other two guys? They the linebacker out of Alabama. I don't know why I'm forgetting his name right now.
Jaheed
Yeah,
Campbell.
Jaheed Campbell, or I gotta throw Ted in there though, man. You know what I'm saying? Because if he falls like Kendall said, they're gonna take him.
Yeah,
It
if
ain't
he
just
only if
Bro.
he's there though.
No.
Like I
they
said,
gonna take
if
him.
Mason Graham is there at 8, I think we take Mason Graham. I think where we're at in the draft, we just have to see how the board plays out in front of us. That's the thing. We really can't unless we're going to trade up and go grab somebody. We really just got to wait to see what I think what New England does and what the Jets do are really
I
going to
hope
shape
Raiders
what
pick
happens on our
Ted.
board.
I
Same with the
hope the Raiders
Raiders,
pick Ted.
depending
I
on what the
hope they
Raiders do.
do.
Because I'm seeing a lot of mocks for Genty, and I'm just like, I think that's stupid for the Raiders. But if they do that, that's just another spot of him slipping. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
not saying we going. I
Oh
don't want
man.
Tech. I would prefer to get defense, but I'm tired. I'm putting myself in this team's shoes. They didn't address wide receiver at all this offseason. They tried to go get
Oh my.
DK. They missed. If Ted is on that board at 8, they're taking Ted. If he's not, then they're probably going defense, double back with somebody in
I
the
agree
second.
with him.
But I don't think
I
they
agree with
walking.
him.
They not walking past Ted. Not at 8. I think that's best
Nah, they
case
gonna take him.
scenario for them.
They gonna take him. They gonna take him.
That's best case. Because even if it don't work out with Bryce, you got Ted and XL for your next quarterback. That's how I'm looking at it for this team. Because that room is trash, though, man. Adam Thielen has one more year left if he can stay healthy.
True.
Coker, he's an undrafted guy. We got to see what he can do. He still got his health concerns. XL just want to ride horses all day. I don't even think he want to play for
I'm
him.
all right, man. He
Like,
right.
I really don't. Like I said, I never understood trading up for XL. Last year draft was last year
Me
draft. That was
neither.
a horrible draft.
Made
I
no
Me
never
neither.
understood.
sense.
I
Made
liked
no
Keon
sense.
Coleman. I liked McConkey. I liked other wide receivers over XL.
Keon
That's why I
Coleman.
don't.
I really
That's why
wanted
I'm not
Keon
too high
Coleman
on
though.
XL. I don't think he knows how to track the ball, so he's never going to be a red zone threat right now because he can't track the ball. Doesn't have strong hands. He can get open, but he going to body catch when he's wide open, and so that's
Tried
my
to
biggest
tell.
concern.
Yep, tried to tell Panther
Well,
fans
you
that. He
better
tried
be.
to tell them that, but they wouldn't listen. So that's why I
Well,
didn't want Legarrette
that can
in
be
the first
fixed. I
place.
mean, he need to get with somebody or pay somebody and get with them in the summer. You know, in these summer workouts and get somebody to teach him how to catch with his hands. I mean, he can fix it. It's on him though. Is he gonna have the discipline to go out here and fix it and work out with some guys who know how to catch that way? Or is he gonna bust the clothes off squirrels all summer?
And Leggett diet is bad too. His diet is terrible. It's bad. Dude eating pig feet,
Jalen, name a
hog
South Carolina
balls.
player that got a
So,
good that got a good health injury.
is these shooting squirrels are working on this game? That's what I want to know, man. Get off the horses for the summer, man, and go work on your game, bro.
The
And
only
stop
healthy
eating.
player I know from South Carolina was Alshon Jeffries, and he even got hurt towards the back end of his career. If you go to South Carolina, something's wrong with your body. Word to Marcus Lattimore, all them boys. Like that's just something
Something
about
wrong with
South
Debo
Carolina.
right now too.
That's
Yep,
just something about
Debo.
South Carolina. Them boys get hurt,
Horn
bro.
couldn't stay healthy.
It's
Damn.
just a fact. It's just a
Y'all
fact.
got a point with that. A lot of them wide receivers
Uh-huh.
couldn't stay healthy for South Carolina. You got a damn good point with that.
Players,
Damn.
period.
Yeah.
I don't know what they
Damn.
doing in Columbia. I don't know what they doing in Columbia to them boys, but they come to the NFL broken down.
That is a great point. But and then Jalen, you got a great point. That nigga do got a bad diet. He ain't gonna
I
last
think
long around this motherfucker.
what's going on with his diet? I don't know anything about it. What's going on with the diet. I ain't hearing nothing about that.
Raccoon, pig
Man, that,
feet,
that nigga eat pig
Oh,
feet,
he eating all that
hog
raccoon,
country
man. That
balls,
stuff.
nigga eat a lot of
Okay,
chili,
yeah.
wild game, hog
mashed
ball. He eat a lot of country.
potatoes. He eating
Yeah, a lot of
bad.
country food, man. He do eat a lot of country food.
He eating all the
Them niggas
country
ain't gonna.
food. Okay.
Yeah, he
Doing
eat
some
all the country food.
last
He
week
done,
I saw what the fuck is he doing? He eating squirrel. Here we go.
That's what
That's
he
up.
grew up on, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
man.
we
Somebody, y'all saying need to link up with a vegan or something?
no, he just need
no,
to eat healthier, man. He
that nigga
eats
better quit
bad.
training.
Twan,
Yeah,
he always been an athlete. It's the thing when you always been an athlete doing what you do, you get to the NFL thinking you can do the same thing, and you can't.
Yeah,
Your
yep,
body can't.
yep.
I heard
yeah.
Jason Tatum say, "Hey, I had to stop eating tacos because I realized we was in deep playoff runs every year, and it wasn't good for my body." Like you have to make that adjustment to realize, "Hey, I can't keep eating this stuff if I want to
You right.
perform at my highest." You know what I'm saying?
You right, Omar. You right.
It's one of those things, and the faster he pick up on that, then maybe his body gonna get better. But it just be random. Oh, and he got a hamstring from week 5. He been dealing with. Oh, it's his foot. Oh, it's his wrist. Like, damn.
See? See? Man, we
Damn.
traded up for a dude
I'm gonna
that
tell
eat
you this
bad.
though. You ask 20 different Carolina fans what we should do at 8, you're gonna get 20 different answers, man. We don't we as a
Yep.
collective don't know what we want. I'm hearing people saying take Genty. Like for what?
Who?
You know
Oh
what I'm saying?
no.
People are saying take they're saying take Nick Amanwari at number 8. Like
Yeah.
Mike Green, take Mike Green at 8. That's look, man. Hey, you might I mean, Q might need to look up the definition of reach. There's a lot of reaching going on out here too, bro.
Yeah.
Well, you
I'm
got a
just
lot of
frustrated.
you got you got a lot of Panthers fans, which like we do speculation or just let's be real about it. A lot of some of these guys get out of here on their podcast, out here on Twitter and all these other, social media sites, and
Hmm.
they start. I mean, it's not crazy to them, and I'm not gonna say they talking crazy, but like I just said like this, I'll be nice about it today and say the fit is not there. What they talking about, the fit is not there. I don't think they thought deep enough into what they are saying. Uh, that the Panthers need. It's glaringly obvious for a team that had 3,000, I think, 20 some odd yards put on them on the
You ain't
ground,
even got to finish,
full
go. You
game
ain't
in
even
and
got to
game
finish.
out, that the passing game from the opposing team was non existent in the fourth quarter. I mean, that's why JC didn't get thrown at. That's why Mike Jackson looked like somebody because he didn't get passed on because they was running the ball. That's why Ashawn
Yeah.
Robinson, who never had what he had like 80 some tackle, 90
80.
some shit like that,
Hmm.
never had that in his career ever in his life. Come on, man. It's a reason
Hmm.
for everything in football.
Yep.
And
Hmm.
that's the reason for it. But you don't go and pick somebody to make that front seven more stout, better. It just it blows my mind, y'all. Blows my mind. I can't say enough about it. It's a killer for
Mm.
this organization to sit here and overlook the defensive talent in this draft and go pick an offensive player, whether it be wide receiver, running back, tight end, whatever. That means you just overlook those ends. You overlook the corner. I mean, it's fucked up. Even
Hey,
when
Q, you
Omar
look,
talking a downhill safety, you know what I'm saying? A safety that plays in the box, that plays close to the line or whatever, that can help you in that run game as well. But it's crazy, man. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know neither.
hey, Q, you looking stressed out, bro. You with the Maurices this week?
Nah, I ain't fucking with Maurice. Dude, sure.
I also think if Tet not there at 8, I think a trade back is highly possible. Because I think you can get one of the people you looking like. You can get them at 10, 11, or 12. Walker or Williams. I think they'll still be there if you trade back and with the
One of
pick.
them
What you say?
will.
Trading back, trading back.
Yeah, say Tet's
Yeah.
off the
But
board, Mason Graham off the board, and somebody want
Yeah,
to get up,
we
come trade up
trading
and get
back.
they guy. So if the Jackson Dart hype is real, somebody want to get Jackson Dart before the Saints are on the board. I think that's when you trade back, and you still probably go get an edge then, and then
Omar,
you try this second. I don't want a second round. I don't want even want a first round receiver because we just can't draft wide receivers overall. It don't matter if
let
you're first or
let me
second.
let me let me let me let me tell you though one thing though, Omar.
At all.
If it's one thing that this guy left in my brain, Scott Fitterer, one
Uh-oh.
thing that he said worth a damn the whole time he was here. You have to have a partner. You have to have a trade partner.
You
And it's
do.
got to make sense.
Yep, you
So you
do.
sitting right there at 8 and you talking about trading back now. I'm going to ask you. So who is your trade partner that you going to trade with?
And that's why I
Cowboys.
said, it depends on how this Jackson Dart hype is. Because right now it's mock Jackson Dart the to the Saints at 9. And so at that point, I don't have the draft order in front of me of what teams may be looking up. But like you said, somebody may try for a quarterback, somebody may want an edge, you know. Somebody may really want Tyler Warren. So like you said, you do gotta have a partner. Maybe the Colts don't think Tyler Warren gonna fall to them at 13 or 14. I believe that they're at, and they want to go trade up and get Tyler Warren, and they give us their 14, maybe throw in another second or future
Yes,
third.
sir.
Give you something reasonable for a trade up of 5 picks in the first, and now you fall
Mm.
back and you get one of your linemen in the teens. So that's just one scenario I can think of just off my head. But like you said, you do gotta have a partner to trade with.
Hmm.
Mm.
They some sources they have the Cowboys trading with the Panthers anyway.
So who do you think our partners are?
I
I
don't
I
Colts,
would.
if
see.
they
got
I
'em.
don't.
want
I
Tyler
don't see
Warren,
any. Me. I don't see any. I don't see anybody. And you got to realize how far you want to go
Because
down
we
now.
like some $2 hookers.
Yeah, I don't see. I mean, how far are you talking about going down? So
I said teens.
you
I
said
said
with the
early
Colts,
teens. No later than 15.
Oh
15 is my
yeah.
cutoff. No later than
10,
15. That's
15.
the Falcons.
11,
That's the
12.
Falcons. You know good and goddamn well they
Yeah.
ain't trading with
So perfect. Yeah. So no later than 15 then.
16,
But
16 is my
but
cutoff
I'm
because that's
thinking
what
the Colts. I
Arizona.
know the Colts are like 13 or 14. I don't have it in front of me, but I know they're somewhere in that range.
I think Arizona give us what we want.
Somebody said Seattle. I saw somebody in chat say Seattle. They may trade up for
shit.
Jackson
That's too
Dart.
goddamn far. Seattle. That's
I don't know
deep.
where Seattle is.
49ers
Yeah,
That's
I don't
too.
know where Seattle is.
49ers. I can see the
Nah, man.
49ers too.
You got to have a cutoff point.
Yeah. If Pittsburgh want to give you something real nice and trade up for Shador if he fall,
man, nigga. That's
hey,
21.
hey, I said something real nice. Go, go.
I'm going.
They give you future first and a
Yep.
this year second.
Yep.
You may entertain that. You see what they are. But they got to give you something nice. I ain't just saying trade them for a future third rounder. No, they want to trade up and give you something nice. You might have to entertain it. 20 is a big drop though. But for what this team needs to fill holes, We can't complain about that. It's just what you do on the trade back. The trade back last year for what we did in a second was smart. We just turned around and traded up to draft Jonathan Brooks, which was dumb. So we kind of ruined the smart shit that we did last year. So it's just, you know,
I just, y'all like I said, y'all, it could be gloom and doom to me. I just don't see a trade back scenario. Just like you just said, the Saints is picking right behind you. So what you don't pick up, they gonna pick up. If you trade past the Falcons, what you don't pick up, they gonna pick up. So you letting two NFC top teams get ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? That's really at the end of the day, that's right there. Y'all don't want to hear it. Roster wise, that are better than you, and you letting them get ahead of you.
But if we get
I
two,
think the
but
Falcons
if
got a
we get,
better roster.
yeah,
I don't know about the Saints. The Saints
yeah.
are in a real bad spot.
But if
I
we
give you the
Got the
Falcons. I
Falcons
don't
better,
know
man.
about the Saints. The Saints.
Y'all
but
It's about to
put
get.
on the
It's about to
Saints now.
get dark. It's about to get real dark in New Orleans. It's about to get real
but
dark.
but according to Omar's logic, if we trade
Okay.
back and we don't go back too far, and somebody gives us an extra second, I mean, then them teams can't really get that. How ahead of those can they get?
Because
We
if we
got
can
two
end up with
seconds.
2 seconds, that's great. It's just our second is
That's
late in
great.
the second round.
We're gonna be looking good. We're gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
That's a first in 2 seconds.
It's just you gotta, and like I say, it all depends on where you're going. If somebody trading up 2 spots, they're not gonna give you a crazy haul. But say we're going
Man,
from 8 to 20. No, I need
So
future. I need future
the
first or
reason why I'm
multiple
entertaining
future
this is
Yep.
because
seconds.
Future first round picks.
this draft is so loaded. That's the only reason why I'm entertaining that. It's so loaded. You know, it's all a gamble. But this draft is loaded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is gonna be a draft we look back on and be like, we can see how some teams get
Uh,
right. If you manage this draft, you can get everything you're looking for. If you manage this draft.
this is what I'm saying. Y'all gotta stop sleeping on division opponents. I know y'all be like fuck Saints, fuck that, but that really the way y'all looking at that, that's not really football intelligence. You know what I'm saying? The Saints, you played the Saints day one, full strength, at full strength, and they whipped your motherfucking ass. You played the
But
Saints the second time, and everybody on that team was hurt. But you say the Saints,
okay, but go for me to
you giving them
respond. For
a
me to
pass on the
respond,
head.
and I hate say we weren't prepared week 1. We can all say we weren't prepared week 1.
Okay,
And
that's
that's on
yeah.
another.
us. That's
I
on
give
us.
you that.
That's on the Panthers. I'm
I give
not
you
using that
that,
as an
Omar.
excuse,
Yeah.
but that's on the Panthers. You wasn't ready.
So,
You was
Can I
not
say
ready
and then
week
this?
one, and that
you got in
showed.
there,
Season
and then
games, the
you
boys
got
was
in there.
not ready.
You
Okay,
didn't
any
play in the
excuse
preseason.
better than
That's
that.
on the Panthers, though. I'm
Look,
not
man,
using that
I'm
as
gonna
an
tell you this
excuse.
right here, Twan. Okay, yeah,
You
if
know that
everybody,
Canals did something stupid.
man, look, man, if everybody didn't get hurt that game right there, they was coming for you that second game.
But
Everybody got hurt, bro.
though they needed to play,
They was
they
coming
was
for you
playing
in
for
New
their
Orleans.
coach. Their coach was on the line, and they didn't play hard. Like that's on
Don't
them.
matter.
That's on
They
them. They
got a
know their
new
coach was
coach.
on the chopping block.
So that's where we at now. Cause we playing for the coaches now.
Go, you saying, but you
Some
saying if they were
teams do.
healthy, they would have won. I'm saying healthy or not, your coach is on jobs on the line. You're gonna play hard
But
regardless. That's what
the
I'm
coach
responding
job
to.
on the line. But don't it weigh
Yeah,
a little bit
go.
more
I know
that
you remember them boys going on Twitter after the game talking about, oh, we lost to the Panthers. I know you remember Cam Jordan up there tweeting about losing to the Panthers right after the game. Because Q talked about it. I'm pretty certain Q talked about it.
but Omar, you're starting QB out. You're starting wide receivers is out.
What you mean?
Defense,
Carr played that game.
he didn't finish that game.
He played that game. I don't care if he finished. He played that game. Yeah, he threw
But
the
he got
interception.
hurt.
Yeah, no, he threw that pass on the fade ball that Mike Jack broke up. He finished that game. Don't do that, go.
Omar,
Don't do
they had
that.
like 5 key players to get hurt. They had like five
Oh
starters
my,
get hurt.
go. Come on, go.
So we
Come
okay.
on.
Well, I ain't gonna say nothing else about that then. Okay,
But
I agree.
I give you the Bucks and Falcons. I ain't sleeping on the
Okay,
Bucks or Falcons. The Falcons got their future quarterback. The Falcons got their future quarterback.
okay,
I don't
okay.
think we got our future quarterback, so I ain't disrespecting the
Oh
Falcons.
man.
Okay.
And then
Damn, Bucks don't
The
get no
Bucks are
love.
solid. The Bucks are
That
solid.
boy
Hassan
that boy
Reddick.
that
Hassan
boy
Reddick gonna,
goat.
yeah,
He
that's one of
want
the best
that
in the
all-star quarterback. I don't know who, man. That's gonna be hard to find, goat, an all-star. quarterback in a draft, that's gonna be
You
hard
got
to
to
do.
you got to be trash to get it. You got to be trash to get one of them quarterbacks.
What do you mean, Jalen?
I'm just saying, like it's gonna be a little hard, you know.
For the last 3 years, no, what? Okay, who the last three? Jalen Daniels last year. Go to the
CJ
NFC
Stroud.
Championship. C.J. Stroud, 2 times. Hell, Bo Nix take his team the first year to the playoffs. What are you talking about, man?
Man, hold on, go. Hold up. You was fine till you said Bo Nix. Now Denver got balls over there and a
Let
coach.
me hear this shit. Let me
A
hear this.
Super Bowl winning coach over there.
Let me hear this shit.
Denver is
How many?
different.
How many?
I'm just
How
saying
many
Denver is
passes?
different.
How many motherfucking passes did Sean Payton throw? I'm tired of
I,
y'all talking this
I,
college shit.
but
How many
Ooh.
goddamn? How
but
many passes did Sean Payton
listen,
throw?
he played in Sean Payton's system
How
though.
many tackles did Sean Payton make?
Hey, he
Name.
played in the system though. He played in Sean Payton's system, and that system works. Let's
Yeah.
not forget, like Sean Payton ain't got a whole system. It ain't even changed. It's the same system they left New Orleans for. They running the same system.
You Swan. The exact same system. That nigga's a plug and play coach, man.
But we ain't gonna act like Sean Payton.
So, so
hey,
hold on. Let me ask y'all.
hey,
So let me
good
ask y'all a
coach.
question. Then. Let me
We
let,
hate
let me
him,
ask
but
you. So let me ask you a question. So take Bryce Young and put him on that Denver team. Do they go to
Uh-oh.
the playoffs?
they
No.
probably will.
They win at least 9 games. I tell you that. They gonna at least win nine games.
Ho. Let me ask
The
you a question.
end of the
Take,
season, Bryce.
take,
Though the end of the
hold up,
season,
Swan.
Bryce.
Take. I don't give a damn if you took the next year, Bryce Young on that Denver team. Do they go to the playoffs?
No.
If
No,
he put,
no,
No.
no. There's
So
very
what the
few
fuck is
teams,
y'all
Bryce.
talking
There's a
about?
very there. I don't know if there's any team that
What
you
the
could
fuck
put
is
Bryce
y'all
on and they
niggas
go to the
talking about?
playoffs. If I'm being honest with you.
I disagree, man.
If
I
I'm being
think
honest with you.
if he played like if we get that guy who played at the end of the year, yeah, they going to the playoffs because everybody on that team gonna be doing everything for him. It ain't gonna be because of him. It's gonna be in spite of him.
I just haven't seen that guy at the end of the season consistently enough to say that's who Bryce Young
Nah,
is. I don't know why
exactly.
people get mad at me for saying that. I
Nah,
haven't seen that
I don't
guy enough.
either.
This third year, like I said, last year was for Bryce to show us something. You showed us, I guess, something. Now I need to see that something consistently year. It's going to be 6 years, and we still going to be debating if Bryce is a franchise quarterback. That's my
So
Oh
fear.
nah.
That is
six
my
years,
fear.
6 years, and you still gonna be saying
That
what you
ain't my
just said.
fear.
He ain't showing me enough. I seen a little bit
My
one game
gosh,
and this and that.
man.
That's what the
It's
hell you
not
gonna be
that hard
saying.
to tell when you got a guy. You can look
Go
at
ahead,
Jaden
Q.
Daniels. I got a guy. Bo Nix, you got a guy. Like it don't take long. You know when you got somebody, man.
That
Twan,
is true. That's true.
Go
question
ahead.
guy to you.
Huh?
Is Bryce a franchise quarterback to you?
No.
Why is that?
The skills. Everything that they said about him, we only seen 20%.
Wow.
And I'm gonna be honest. I mean, he's a shorter guy. He can't see over the offensive line a lot. It's just too many things you have to do with him for him to be successful. Now, I mean, if he's successful in doing that, fine. But like my man said, that's end of the year, Bryce. If you can't do it at the beginning of the year, I don't care about all of that. That means we're gonna be in the same situation.
End of the
I
fucking year.
but for somebody, who plays in a system like Shanahan got a system. That's the only reason why I think Purdy was successful over there.
It's exactly why he was successful. It made it easy for him. He ain't had to think a lot. This one ain't there, throw this one. This one ain't there, throw this one. 1, 2, get the ball out. He ain't thinking. He not
I hate
breaking
to
down
say
no
it,
coverages.
but it's really almost like they try to make it seem like Bryce was one of the smartest quarterbacks coming in. But it seems like we really have to dumb the plays down for him. They
Man, I
Yeah,
had
the
want to
mini
hear that shit. I'm
computers, the
tired
mini
of
Hey,
computer,
hearing that shit, man.
the
I'm so
Google,
tired of hearing that shit.
Google,
God, I'm so
mini
tired of hearing that
computer.
shit.
Atlanta boy, I got to push back on you, my brother. I got to push back on you, my brother.
I'm
Listen,
tired of
What up,
hearing that
Swan?
shit.
your boy Bryce told us. Hell, he told John Gruden he can't make that throw, or he has to set himself a certain way to push the ball, right? So
See all
What
he's
that.
telling you
what throw?
his
What throw he
tail
talking about?
um is out. He
10 yard
It's
out,
can't throw it.
20 yard
out.
out. I
Okay,
think he
okay.
said.
So a 5 route.
Yeah, to the right. Q was to the right or to the left?
He couldn't throw to the left, is what he said.
Are
To
you
the left.
serious?
Yeah, he
That's
admitted
what he
that.
said. He
He admitted
admitted it.
that.
He
Why would he
admitted it.
say
Oh
that?
no. Why would he say that?
Why the fuck would he say that?
Why would
As
he? Oh my gosh,
God
I
bro.
can't
damn it.
believe this
If,
shit.
if you watch enough tape on him, you'll see it. Any defensive coordinator find that out. I mean,
Oh
Go,
it's
my
no.
go,
god.
go. I think he was throwing a smoke screen to set teams up to try to play him that way so he can go to the other way. I listen. I might not be
I
popular with what
seen that. Here go red. Here
I
go
may not
red.
be
Here come
popular with
Red.
y'all with what I'm about to say,
Oh, man,
but
boy.
Q, thank you for allowing me up third, cousins. What I have to say, I suspect it won't be received well or popular, but y'all, I have become a fan of Bryce Young. I
Oh
have.
Lord.
Wow.
Uh, I believe I believe that Bryce is the quarterback for the future of the Carolina
Red, stop
Panthers.
this shit.
Red.
No,
Red.
no.
He
Now
said,
I'm
bro.
free. I'm free to be me. I'm free to be me. I'm trying to reverse psychology. I've been hating on players and on teams for so long, and all the damn only motherfucking thing happened. My team continued to lose. I'm finna start to show some love to some of these other players, and maybe it'll turn my own team fortunes around. I
wow.
can't figure it out. Shit.
I
I
It's,
Swan,
can't
it's,
figure
sometimes
it
it's,
you
out.
gotta
it's,
do
it's bad management like
that.
us, Red. That's all it is, man.
Hey, Swan said sometimes you just gotta do that, man.
You got to
You
do
gotta
that,
psych
man.
yourself
You got
out.
to do that.
What's going
Can't
on,
beat
I'm
them,
gonna
Greek?
take
join
one
them.
for the team, Greek. I'm taking one for the
Yeah.
team.
Can't beat them,
So
Yeah.
join them.
yeah. But I do want to tell y'all know I've been swimming in the land of the sharks. Something I'm beginning to hear more and more and more. I don't know if y'all been hearing it, but it's very clear to me that an argument is being made. I think people's eyes are opening. They don't expect to have a consistent quarterback that's going to throw for 250, 300 yards a game. So now I'm hearing the common comparison to Brock Purdy.
Oh my
That's what they're
god.
saying. That's what they're saying. That's what I've been hearing. That model has been successful, but I don't think what they realize is Brock Purdy got a ton of motherfucking weapons around him, but Brock Purdy, and it's good that y'all just brought up what y'all brought up. Because I guarantee you, Brock Purdy would never say no shit like that out his mouth.
Brock Purdy can throw that
Well,
bitch 50 plus yards
He
too,
can
Red.
make every pass that he need to make when it need to be made inside of
well,
any window.
Swan, let
I
me say
watched
this though,
that nigga
Swan.
at
Swan, let
Iowa
me say
State.
this.
I watched him in college.
Swan, let me say
That
this
nigga,
though. He ain't got no more Debo. It looks like he might not have no more Ayuk.
he
He messing with a broken Christian McCaffrey. Like I think his weapons starting to go away, bro. So we're gonna learn
Hey,
more about
Twan,
him.
you know
Twan.
what I say to that, Twan?
Yeah.
That's good GM management because they going to make him prove that he worth that $65 million a year.
Yeah, now
Mm.
Twan. Twan.
exactly. You're right.
Twan.
You
Instead of
right.
getting him a shitload of talent and then paying him, and then you
Yeah.
can't keep that talent
Twan.
and you're going to be mediocre.
You
That's
cooking,
smart
Twan.
management.
Swan. You cooking, bro. You
So
cooking,
what's the
Swan.
so
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
the problem when Cam Newton pulled that shit out and said that? And now everybody thought he the bad man.
He
Everything
built
that he said
different.
came to fruition, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I rest my case.
But now
Yeah.
Swan made a great point, bro. Like this is how he gonna earn his check. Or they
Yeah.
gonna say, "Wow, I never." Well, see, that's gotta be the same way with Bryce, though, bro.
That's what I'm
Well,
trying to
that's the
tell
point.
people,
The
man.
thing is that we put too many. Well, look, I don't know, man. I don't want to get. Well, and we can potentially put a lot of weapons around him. and then you can't tell how really good he is, and then we pay. And see, what gives me the chills is giving Bryce Young a contract that don't make sense to none of us.
Oh,
Oh my God.
That's what
Hey,
gives me
go,
the chills.
My thing
go.
is this. If they want to put talent around this nigga, why don't they look at the talent he had in college? You try to get all these fucking gigantic ass receivers. He didn't have that shit in fucking Alabama.
I
He
keep
had the
telling
quick,
people that
twitchy
too.
motherfuckers that could catch the ball on the dime and get yardage. Why the
See,
fuck do y'all keep
see,
getting these
But
niggas
I'm
these
not gonna
dope
pay
see. I
fucking
him.
keep
routes,
telling
bro?
people that they not.
Stupid
I'm not
shit,
gonna.
man.
I'm not gonna pay Bryce like based on what Swarm said. I'm not gonna pay Bryce if I'm putting all this talent around him. I'm like, bro, you got to understand
Right,
it's this talent
right,
too.
He didn't
right.
have no
You're making
Ted
your job a
McMillan type of
lot easier
nigga, none
for
of that
you.
shit.
He
He
Yep.
had
had
no nigga like
worthies
Ted.
and he had
Hey,
Damn.
go.
worthies, Thielens, and
So
Metcalf in college.
because what Storm is trying to tell you, and that's why I said, man, what Storm just said was genius. Because then you can tell Bryce's agent, bro, I can plug and play any quarterback over here with the
Yep,
team we got now.
yep.
Yep.
I
Either
ain't
you
got
take
to
this money
do
that we
nothing.
offering you, or you don't. Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, go. I thought of you earlier, man. I ran across something I wanted to share with you. Can you still in here? Go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Turn my
And y'all
joint
might
on.
have touched on this already, man. I've been just got in the crib from work, man. Check this out though. A little while back, you had a debate with somebody about uh the amount of money that y'all spent on the offensive side of the ball.
Yes, sir.
Right. Guess what? Guess what came out? A dude did a ranking of all the offensive spending of NFL teams. Guess who was in the top 10?
We were.
Yep.
I
Carolina
already know.
Panthers.
We top five.
Wow,
We top
We
five.
we
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 top
have the number
five.
one. We
wow.
have the number one money spent on the offensive line. It
Yep.
is
Yeah, I
it
already
it,
know that.
it, it is us. It is the Chiefs. It is your Atlanta Falcons, Red.
Yep.
Number three.
Yep.
Number four would be the Denver Broncos, and number five, rounding out the top five, Chicago Bears.
Yep.
Hmm.
Let me tell you the money: 97.2 million.
You on it.
81.5
You on it, bro.
67.5 million with the Falcons,
Yep.
62.3 million with the
Mm.
Denver Broncos, and the Bears have spent 62.2 million.
Hmm.
Okay,
So the
so
nigga
then you
spent
take a
30
look.
more million than us.
You take a
Yep.
look
They
at it.
had it,
We're the
but they
number
had
one.
it.
We're the number one. Now, did the Chiefs win more than us? Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Falcons win more than us? Hell
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
The Denver Broncos with a rookie went to I don't y'all trying to blame it on Sean
He's
Payton this
playing in the
that whatever,
system.
but
Nigga, he
I
playing
didn't
with
see Sean
pain.
Payton kick nothing.
That
I didn't see
don't
Sean
hurt.
Payton throw it. I didn't see Sean Payton tackle no damn body. But
That's a fact.
they spent this money
No.
and what it
Stop that
did,
shit.
it elevated them to win. We spent the money
Mm.
and we didn't get the win. We didn't get a return on our investment. And then the Chicago Bears won more than we did again with yet another rookie quarterback.
Rookie.
And I'm only talking about offensive line now. So
Yeah.
I ain't talking about no defense or this. I'm talking about the protector of your fucking quarterback. What y'all deem to spend that money on. But yet you're gonna go get him another weapon to do nothing with.
So
That
what
that remains to be
so
seen.
Okay?
I
Twan, they
don't think
gonna
he's
get
gonna do
that. They
that's
nothing
gonna
with
get
it.
that boy a top flight receiver. Twan, you are Twan.
I
Come on
know
now.
this. I know this. That's what I'm
okay.
saying. So
Let me ask you a question, go. Go, let me
when they
ask you
go
a
out to get
question.
us when they go out to get us all these nice things, right? You know what I'm saying? Because we deserve to have nice things. When they go out to get us all these nice things for him, they gonna be like, "Look, bro, I'm not going." It's like Christmas. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of money on you on Christmas because I've been buying for you throughout the
All year long. Yeah. Yeah.
year.
Go.
Yes,
Name me
sir.
a better opportunity for a rookie quarterback to go to than Chicago with all the weapons they gave him.
Oh, now. Hell yeah. Now.
No, it was before. They had this
That
already.
shit. That line. Come on, bro. Come on now, Atlanta boy. That line, boy. I'm gonna tell you something.
they
See,
had
people
receivers
people knock
already
that
there.
boy Caleb Williams. But listen, man. If you go back and just look at the statistics alone, that boy got his ass sacked off, and he still had a high completion ratio.
Thank you,
He was
Red. Because
accurate with
So
that ball.
so
I was
so
getting ready to get him, Red, because
so
he was the number one sack quarter. I think he was. If he wasn't one, he was right there. He was sacked the most. Atlanta
Yep.
mhm.
boy, this is the thing. Don't matter what team he'd have been on. He won like 7 or 8 games. That's the fuck who he is. He'd have
Yep.
won 7 or 8 games wherever the fuck he'd have been. That's what y'all got to understand.
What's up,
These
Wolf?
guys ball their
I
heart.
understand that. I understand that. I'm just saying it was no better opportunity than they placed that man in as a rookie.
No, it wasn't. Yes, it was.
What?
I just told you he
So
was on his back. He got sacked like a motherfucker.
the only thing they had to fix is the O line.
They just
So
spent the fifth most money.
what was their defense rank?
God damn, now he going to the defense.
Their
You talking about
defense was
Thank you.
top
Chicago?
five. Yeah,
Yeah.
they had top five defense. You got two veteran receivers, a running
Chicago gonna be a
back.
problem. Yeah.
They had oh, they had a and they hit on their right tackle because they got a right tackle. All they needed was a center and some guards, and he just showed you his athleticism because that's what the fuck he did anyway. He don't stay in the pocket. He's like Bryce. He likes to make stuff on the move.
I'm gonna put some money on
He was
Vegas
one
on
of
them team on
the
that
most,
team going from worst to first next year.
he was one of the
Whoa.
most sacked
Damn, it's
quarterbacks in
people
the
in Detroit.
NFL,
Did y'all not watch
and
the
they
game?
just spent $62
Who
million
playing in that
dollars
division?
on the offensive line,
Minnesota
bro.
and fucking Green Bay. How many games they
Who,
got blowed out?
you talking about the Raiders ain't going to no damn first.
We talking about the Bears.
Oh, I thought he said the Raiders was going to from worst to first.
Now, oh my God. Do you see the Oakland got to go? I mean, what the Vegas Raiders got to deal with? My goodness. I told y'all about Brock. Red, what I tell you about Brock? I said, when they put that motherfucker in this slot, watch out. He told shit up this year for them.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
Shout
look
out
at
to everybody.
that.
We got CJ Hill with a super chat right here. He said top five paid off offensive line, 4 wins, and y'all glazing. Shout out to him, man. And what's
Who
somebody in the chat?
glazing?
Who glazing?
I
Who fuck glazing?
ain't glazing no 4 wins.
Fuck no. You should be able to get 4 wins out of bed. The fuck?
Well,
Mm-mm.
hey, CJ Hill,
Well, no, no,
what you mean
what
glazing?
he
Who?
said, no, what he's saying is, I just
Yeah.
read off the y'all, and y'all just totally ignored it. You the number one spent money on your offensive line. You didn't get anything but 4 fucking wins from that quarterback behind that offensive line. That's what he's saying to you.
Wait, wait, wait,
Wait,
wait,
wait,
wait,
wait, wait.
wait, go. Carolina got to fix both sides of the ball.
Thank you.
We want a team that had to fix one side of the ball. We had to
Thank you.
fix both sides
We
of the
have to
ball.
fix both.
Hold up, y'all, hold up. Okay, Robert Hunt, a stud.
Hmm.
Lewis, you say
Mhm.
this and that, whatever. Even if they interchange, which
Lewis is
those two
good,
boys
man.
decided.
Thank
Hold
you.
up,
What the
Twan.
fuck are y'all
Hold
talking
on,
about?
y'all let me make my point. Hold on, y'all. Let me make my point. Okay, so with the center position, even though K Mays coming there, he's not a center guard. Brady Christian, this and that, like we were just saying. Okay, Icky and Taylor Moton, you just spent 97.2 mil, right? So let's do individual stats on the offensive line and your quarterback who should have been putting up numbers behind this expensive ass line. That's what it amounts to. But y'all will go back to the defense. You keep going back to the defense for the win and losses. No, we're saying that we should have been there saying, well, damn, we ain't got Bryce is solidified. This offense is it because we just spent 92 million. That's the results that we should have got out of an offense. That offense should have been putting up 28, 30 points a game, spending that type of money on that side of the ball, committing to those type of resources on that side of the ball. It did not do it. There's a problem somewhere.
Yeah, I
That's
agree
what
with
he's
that.
saying. That's what he's
Yeah,
reacting to. He
I
said,
agree
you're
with that.
glazing. You're glazing it. You just spent $97 million.
I mean, look, can we be honest when we say everything what Kendall said was correct? But when you go out and spend money, you know what I'm saying, that don't mean you always gonna do well in the first year when you spent that money. Kendall, you know football enough to know y'all got your guys got to gel. They got to get
The
to
boys were
know one
successful.
another.
They were successful.
Chuba Chuba
Twan,
Chuba got
they were
his off of that
successful.
line, didn't he?
Thank
Yeah,
you, Red.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
They were successful. Hunt ain't no bum. Lewis ain't no bum. Only thing was
Mm-mm.
the skill position. The two tackles had good numbers. What we saying? You can't blame them boys. They did their job. The fucking
No,
quarterback.
I'm definitely
Well, we
not
not
blaming
blaming
Bryce.
though.
I'm only blaming Bryce.
We blaming the
That's the
quarterback.
blame.
That's what we
That's the
blaming.
blame. Like Red just said, Juba got his. He had record-breaking numbers.
Yeah, somebody didn't want to give him no love for that.
Yeah. Somebody was
Yeah,
saying shit.
I want to point. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone right now. Somebody said he was just an all right running back.
And we're not fair now. What I'm saying, I'm not worried about the defense holding. I'm worried about what the offense is doing. Let's take away the wins and the losses. The boy didn't do nothing behind the line. The line did their job. Your quarterback didn't do shit behind it. Break it down to its most minute compound. And you can see it. If you can't see it, fuck it. I can't tell you no more. I can't say nothing else.
God damn, y'all done make go chemistry on our
Yeah,
ass in this bitch today.
Man, it's a
but
teaching
then,
lesson.
look, man, it's like I mean, one of the things that Fan Nine is saying is what Fan Nine is saying that is
Damn
correct is
go.
even if Bryce gets out here and put up enough points to win, that defense was atrocious. They was like
Did he
we
though,
let
Twan?
teams.
Did he?
It
You,
wouldn't
Did
matter.
he though,
but see,
Twan? Did
one of the things Kendall didn't bring up is that we had the worst defense in the history of
he?
sport, fucking NFL. He
Stop
didn't
with the
bring that
defense. Did
up.
he? Did he? Did he? No, he didn't.
Twan, I'm surprised at you.
Yeah,
Nah,
you
man.
keep hollering.
Our
Surprised
Did
at
defense.
you,
he?
Twan.
Hey, look,
Surprised at you.
Did he?
Swarm. No, that Jedi
Surprised
mind
at
trick
you.
shit ain't gonna work.
I'm
Swarm, we
surprised.
had the
No, I'm being serious,
listen,
Twan. I'm
listen.
listening.
We had the worst defense ever
Why this nigga
In
still
20
hollering about
Okay.
the
years.
defense?
in the
In
NFL.
20
Why he still
Okay.
hollering about the
years.
defense?
In
Okay.
the history
Okay.
of the
Why he still hollering about
NFL.
the defense?
I mean, we can't just leave that out. Like that don't matter.
So Twan, can
We
can
were
an
the
elite
worst.
can an elite quarterback go ahead,
Red.
go. My
We're
bad.
not
My bad.
talking about the defense. We're talking about the quarterback not doing
Yeah.
his job
Yeah.
behind the offensive line that you spent money on. What are you talking about the defense?
Well,
He
I
didn't
mean,
do his
look,
job behind the offensive line. We're not. I
That's
said
the
take away the
salve.
wins and the losses.
two things,
That's
but two
good.
things can
That's
be
what we're
right though,
talking
right? Cannell ain't wrong, but I'm not wrong either. So
about. Okay.
even if Bryce puts up enough points to win, the defense let people outscore us at an all-time rate ever.
That shit goes without saying. It's the offense, it's the coach, it's the quarterback, it's the whole fucking thing. The
Well,
coach
damn.
was calling some suspect ass play calls. You know what I'm saying? The
You hear
fucking
me,
defense
Jalen?
couldn't
I say,
stop no
well,
damn
damn.
Man,
body. It
And
all
we were
goes
bad
in one. It's
also.
all intertwined.
We were bad.
We're
We were
fucking
bad all the way
terrible.
around.
Coaching was
oh
bad.
Twan.
my
He making
gosh.
dumbass decisions. He fucking blowing fucking challenges and shit. All type of dumb shit.
Okay,
What y'all talking about?
but Atlanta boy, when it comes to analyzing Bryce Young himself, the face of the franchise, the quarterback, can great quarterback play on the offensive side of the ball? Can it overcome poor defensive play on the other side of the ball,
All
Twan?
day
That
long.
goes what I was saying. Look at Kansas City.
Mm, Okay, man.
Joe
See,
Burrow. Come on, Twan. Come on. I
listen,
know you
listen
don't
to
want to.
this.
I know you don't want to do that, Twan.
No,
But
no, no.
I
This is what I'm
expect
doing.
you,
This
being
is
a
what I'm doing.
defensive guy, I expect you to be honest about it
This
now.
is this is what I'm being
So
honest
red,
about.
so red. What about
For honest.
that's the problem
Go
with the
ahead, man.
Falcons was the defense. The offense was not able to be able to. Well, the offense was
No, no,
better
no,
enough
no,
to
no,
beat
no, no,
them,
no, no, no,
but
no,
the
no,
defense
Atlanta
couldn't
boy.
stop the
No,
damn
Atlanta
body.
boy. No, Atlanta boy. Don't do that shit right there.
Red,
Cause
y'all
you
defense
see
was
now, I'm
terrible.
finna be case in point for the
Red,
argument
y'all
that
had no
Golden's making.
pass
Atlanta
rush.
boy, listen,
Red,
Atlanta
y'all
boy.
was 32nd in pass rush. We didn't have no pass rush,
Watch
Red.
this. Watch this, go.
I
Watch this,
watched
go.
Red.
Watch
I
this, go.
watched Bryce
Yeah.
go
Let him
put
let,
eight
hey, let him
seconds in
talk
the
to you, man.
pocket.
Let him talk to you, and then
Yeah,
you talk to
yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah.
Let him
Watch
talk
this,
to you, and
go.
then you talk to me.
Watch this.
I
Watch
watched
how I him him up. Watch how I him him up. You
Red.
finish Atlanta boy. Let
I
me know when you ready
watched.
for me to talk. Let me
I
know.
watched the last game. The nigga had 8 seconds to throw the ball against y'all.
Okay. One game. Atlanta boy.
One game.
One game.
Can I
One
talk
game.
now? Can
One
I talk
game.
now, Atlanta boy? Can I
And we
talk
ain't
now?
talking about no one game. We threw 5 on y'all ass.
It wasn't
Atlanta boy.
okay.
Atlanta boy. Let me ask you a
Red.
question.
When
Yeah.
y'all
Let-
was in Charlotte,
Yeah.
when y'all was in Charlotte, it wasn't too much different, Red.
We're
I
not
went to the game.
over here talking
It
about.
wasn't that. It wasn't that different,
no,
Red.
Twan, this ain't gonna take long if he ever let me speak. This ain't gonna
Go
take
ahead.
long if he ever let me speak. Okay,
Go ahead, brother
so
Red.
Atlanta boy,
What's up?
you say that our defense was our downfall, just like y'all's, right?
It was, and it
Hmm.
was.
Twan, let me tell you what the Atlanta Falcons' downfall was this year. One man, Kirk Cousins, the quarterback. Kirk Cousins had us sitting
I
at
mean,
6-3. Where he had swept the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who eventually went on to win the division, and he fell apart. It wasn't on the defense. If Kirk would have continued to play at a consistent level, we would have walked away with the division. Not the defense, the quarterback play. Now
mhm.
y'all walked right into that trap.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
The
That's
hell if
your
you didn't.
interpret-
The hell
That's
if
your
you didn't.
interpretation.
So
That's
The
your
hell if
okay.
you
interpretation.
didn't. The hell if you,
All right.
and it's also the NFL interpretation. How the hell you think a rookie got on the field in front of $100 million
uh,
guaranteed
I don't know.
Thank
quarterback?
you.
Well,
Thank you, Red.
first of all, there was rumblings already that he was better than him, Red. It was
Hey,
rumblings
Atlanta
already.
boy.
I listened
Atlanta
to
boy.
Let
You come
Better
on
and
with
all
that
them
bullshit. Come
motherfuckers.
on with that
They've
bullshit,
already
Atlanta
said he
boy.
was better than
Come
him
on
in
with that
practice,
bullshit,
Red.
Atlanta
You
boy.
know I ain't
Come on with
lying,
that
Red.
bullshit, Atlanta
Red,
boy.
you know I ain't lying.
Come on with that
You,
bullshit, Atlanta boy. That boy was gonna sit for
Red,
1, maybe 2 years,
Red,
depending on how Kirk Cousins played.
Red. I
Kirk
live in
fell the
Atlanta,
fucking
Red.
part. I
Red.
know
So he
you
was
do.
what? How much did
It
y'all
was
pay for him,
rumblings that
Red?
he was
How
better
A
much
than
did
him
hundred
y'all
in
pay
million
for him?
practice,
guaranteed.
Red.
A
Okay,
hundred million
okay,
guaranteed.
okay,
You
okay.
don't sit that on the bench. That's
But
why we
but
having the problems we
okay,
having now.
I didn't say he was gonna
you can't
start. I
talk to
just
these
said it
motherfuckers,
was
Red.
rumblings saying that he was better than him.
That
That's
front
what I'm
office,
saying.
that GM don't give a fuck about them rumblings.
Well, his ass not to have no goddamn job if y'all keep fucking up with these draft picks. Now tell that.
Well,
He
I didn't
fucked
want to
this
get
up,
into
he gonna be
all that.
gone.
I was simply talking about the quarterback play and how
Uh,
it affects and an effective quarterback can overcome that poor defense. Y'all ain't getting me off of the
Well,
point. I know what I was arguing
well,
about.
I mean, Swarm,
okay.
you was hype. Swarm, you came in hyping up Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
Last year when y'all got
yeah,
him.
yeah. You was
Twan, I'm
hyping
not
him up.
finna.
You was
Twan,
hyping him up.
Twan,
He a
we ain't finna turn
billboy.
this into Kirk
You,
You was
Cousins. We
you
ain't
was
finna
hyping
turn.
him
You see
up.
that shit?
Yeah,
so,
You
he
see
was your
that shit?
savior.
You
so,
see
He
this
came
shit?
on that. He
You
came
see
on that
this
white
shit?
horse. He came on that white
You
horse.
see this
He came on
bullshit?
that
You
white
see this
horse.
bullshit?
He
This
came
ain't
mm-hmm.
on
about
that
Kirk
white
Cousins.
horse. He
You
was
there
on
go
that
this
white horse,
bullshit.
that savior, that
Yeah,
savior
this
on the
about
white
Bryce
horse,
Young.
Red.
This about Bryce Young. This ain't about Kirk Cousins.
Falcons too.
Right. This is NFC South. Who else want it?
You
Shit.
ain't gonna let us. You ain't gonna shoot our players down. We don't shoot yours down.
The fuck?
You,
Well, I
Your
shoot the
quarterback can't
motherfucker
throw for
down
the right
myself.
either, Red.
I done
God damn
seen.
it, I'm
Uh-uh.
sorry about
You
that,
say
Q.
the
I
NFC
shoot
South.
Kirk Cousins down my motherfucking self. You ain't got to shoot him down. God damn it, I'll bust the clothes off his ass. I'll bust the clothes off that motherfucker. Yeah, I understand, Leggett. See, I'm just that same kind of country. Yeah, see, let me tell you
Well,
motherfuckers
this
something right
motherfucker
now.
is a millionaire.
Yeah,
Shouldn't
let
be
me
eating
get
no
real with
goddamn
you.
roadkill,
Let me
bro.
get
Come
real
on,
with you.
Red.
I done
Come
been
on, Red.
squirrel hunting. I done been squirrel hunting with me and my homeboys, and we skin them motherfuckers and cook them outside on the grill and in the skillet. ourselves. Ain't got no problem with
So,
Leggett. Ain't got no problem with him.
Me
So
neither.
you
So
think so?
I
So
don't
it's a
ate plenty.
million. So it's a
thank you,
millionaire.
Goat.
You eating squirrel?
I ate squirrel before that boy was born. But what I'm trying to
Damn
tell
right.
you is, yeah, ain't nothing wrong with it. And I also know
yeah,
the type
bro.
of
I
heart
still
that
eat
a nigga
oodles and
like him
noodles.
got. I know the type of heart that a young nigga like him got. And
Mm-hmm.
for them to be talking about they finna draft somebody over that boy instead of giving him the
A
respect that he
chance.
deserved as the first round pick to see
Red.
what he gonna turn into and
He's
work with him,
going.
that's
He's the number two
stupidity.
receiver. He's gonna be
That's
a number two.
stupidity.
He's
That's
gonna be a number two
stupidity.
receiver, Red.
That's stupidity.
He's gonna be a
Well,
number two receiver,
all,
Red.
all
You
me,
got
all
your
me,
number
that
two receiver.
I'm gonna say it
He's not a
softly.
number one.
Now,
All
Twan,
me,
how about that? How about that? I don't always come in here to put down Panthers
hey,
players.
you
I
don't.
recognize talent. I recognize talent.
All me and Atlanta boy are simply saying is you went out and put on your best white suit last year. You
Yeah, I
you
did.
you went and rented a white horse,
I
you
did.
know,
Yep.
and you
I
came
did.
trotting up in the air talking about I've seen NFC South.
We finna be
Nigga,
Twan, I
resting our
did.
players by week 12.
Twan, what the fuck can I do, Twan?
we,
You telling the truth. I can't run from it. I can't run from it, Twan. I can't
speaking
run from
of
it.
boots,
You ain't gonna let me run from it. I can't
nah,
run from it.
bro.
Hell
I
no,
damn
we
sure
ain't.
said it.
You
Hell
know,
no.
Swarm, because I put my foot in my mouth the year before y'all, and when I was like, I'm looking right past Atlanta. And
I don't know why
Yeah.
you did that, Twan. I don't know why
Ken
you
know
did
Twan,
that.
what I'm saying, Twan, you got to
Twan,
respect your opponents. I was like, I don't
Yeah,
respect them niggas.
yeah.
Twan,
I
And I
do.
Twan.
said,
You see, Twan, you see why I'm up here using the reverse psychology on that shit now?
yeah,
Me and you did the same thing. I said, I ain't doing that shit
nah,
no more.
nah,
Bryce
I'm
is the
done.
best quarterback in the division.
Nah.
Fuck that shit.
When I seen y'all got Bijan
You ain't doing
Robinson, I
that,
said,
Twan.
"Oh shit, they gonna run all up through
That
our
was for me,
defense."
man.
Twan
Why
said, no,
y'all
I
pay,
ain't doing
I
that
wasn't
shit,
lying.
Red.
why y'all pay Cousins more money after y'all supposedly hate him? What was all that about?
All right, you want to know the truth?
Yeah.
The truth.
Yeah, because they owed the motherfucker already. And
Hmm.
what is 10 more million for an opportunity to actually get something back in the trade for him?
So are y'all gonna send him to Cleveland for that pick that y'all lost tampering?
If they actually gonna give away a third round pick, is what the report says, they gonna
Mm,
ship his ass off. But
okay.
Twan, you asked the question, and here's the smart answer. They owed him the 27.5 guaranteed salary this year either way. Now to keep him on the roster was 10 million more, so it's 37.5, right?
Mm.
But if they would have cut him June 1st, they would have after June 1st, they would have owed 40, they would have owed him $40 million. So why not just keep him on the motherfucking roster? See if somebody, as long as the team felt like they was gonna have to release him, ain't nobody gonna offer you a trade for that motherfucker.
Facts. They know.
They
They
gonna
got
wait
the
till you release
leverage.
him and then they can sign him for a
Look,
1.5
bro.
veteran minimum.
Yeah,
I'll
they
say
y'all
this.
ain't got no leverage. He ain't got no
I'll
leverage.
say
None.
this. I think it's a bad idea for y'all to have Kirk Cousins on your team when you know he wants to play. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And when you know, and look, he ain't never gonna really tell y'all how he feel about the quarterback that's out there playing ahead of him. He don't want him out there on that field. You
Of
think Kirk
course he
Cousins?
don't.
You think Kirk
He
Cousins is gonna do everything in his power to try to get back out there?
Hey Twan,
I wouldn't want
Twan,
him
let me
on
put
my
it
team,
to you
bro.
like this. Let me put it to you like this. Yeah, Kirk Cousins is a good guy. He shop at Kohl's, all that good boy shit, all that and that.
Uh-uh.
That motherfucker went to the White House to shake Trump hand.
Oh,
If
you
that
seen
don't
that
tell you,
too, huh?
if that don't tell you what he think about Michael Penix, I ain't gonna tell
Exactly.
you.
There you go.
Hmm. Yeah, get him the fuck
Shit.
out of Atlanta.
Durag, if that don't tell you what he think about Michael Penix, you don't need me to tell you.
Hmm.
And believe your eyes. Believe your eyes, damn it.
There ain't nothing else
They'll
to say
tell you.
about that. I
Yeah.
mean,
So, but honestly,
That's
honestly,
what he wanted to do
honestly,
anyway.
yeah, but honestly, now Twan, if you was at that age and you done always got the contracts that you got and you know it's a little bit more money out there, would you want to sit on the bench behind this young black do-rag wearing motherfucker?
well, the kind of money that Cousins, the kind of money that Cousins has already recuperated.
Right, I'm sitting on the bench and
Shout
not
out to
saying
his agent.
shit.
Shout out to
You
his
tra-
agent. You know,
you traveling with your family from now on, Twan?
he got the best agent in the world. He got all the money he can want. So,
Yeah, and more.
well, in a game where you can get CTE and all that, and I know you got the hunger to want to play, but I ain't gonna
Right.
be that pressed if I
Fuck
gotta sit
no.
on the bench.
Yeah, you right. For
Hey,
$40 million, please. I
hey,
sit
y'all
here and
know
not
what,
say a
man?
motherfucking
Y'all
word.
know what? I sometimes I get
Shit.
fired up and I just want to talk shit, but sometimes I try to be a realist, man. And I'm gonna tell you something. Above anybody else, Q and that motherfucking goat have made me see shit like it really is, man. Antoine, you right. I came in here on that high last year. Oh, we done got Kirk Cousins. We finna do this and do that. You know what I realized? What motherfuckers kept telling me, and I didn't want to acknowledge. Kirk really ain't never won shit.
Nothing.
No, nothing.
Yeah,
He,
that's great.
his agent is the MVP.
Yeah.
They 500
He
yard
just
game.
been the nigga that got all the guaranteed money.
I hear you, Q. Go ahead, Q.
Yeah, you remember a little while you talk shit to us. You talking
I
we was
did. I did. I did.
Put him
I
to
did.
season
I
two.
damn so did.
Put him,
I
IQ. Put
damn
him to
so
season
did.
that joint right
Yeah, he did.
bad.
That's how we had to flambe you real quick.
there.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Hey, Red.
So they're taking it all in.
So, so Red, being objective.
Yeah, man.
How good is what's that linebacker y'all got, man? The motherfucker always hurt. I think he trash
Oh,
though, but
Anderson, Troy Anderson.
yeah. Do you think that he a dog?
Uh,
And y'all need to get y'all some damn dogs, some linebackers over there.
hey, man, I'm gonna just keep it 100. The best ability is availability. The motherfucker, he can't
All
stay on the
day,
field,
every day.
man. He can't stay on
Mm,
the field. I mean, he get interceptions. He run them back. He knocked the ball loose. He's a tackling machine. And I'm gonna tell you something. We had a gym in him at 6'4", 245, and that motherfucker run like a 4.4 flat, man. So I actually wanted them to switch him to edge. But,
mm,
I don't think I'm smarter than the coaches. But my problem with him is just like you said, Atlanta boy, he stay hurt, man. He can't stay on the field. We're gonna have to move
Mm.
on from him, man. We're gonna
mm,
have to move on from you can't sign after them 4 years is up. You can't sign a motherfucker to a big contract, which is what they looking for, and he done been on the field 30% of the time since he been with your team, man. It's a mistake to do that.
mm. Okay.
Mm.
But he's a nice package when you look at what his measurables are as a linebacker and the speed he got. Man, he's a nice package. But the motherfucker stay hurt, man. He stay on IR.
Okay.
That shit don't help your team when you got a motherfucker who good, but he on IR, does it?
Nah, I don't. I don't.
No, sir.
That means he's of no use.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Twan. We don't need you to stand on the sideline and tell the motherfucker who replacing you how to read and react and what to do.
Mm.
Shit, we paying coaches for that.
That's
Paying
Red,
nice,
coaches
but
for that.
Red, if you put Bryce Young on the Falcons, how many games he win?
Last year,
Mm-hmm.
if
I
he
got
had been
my
our quarterback
ears
last year,
wide open.
Yep.
damn.
Got to
Starting the
think now.
whole year. Starting the whole year.
Yeah. Like he the guy. You got your
Uh,
O line
Four
solidified. You got your
games.
two running
Four,
backs.
four, four games.
That nigga ain't winning no 4 games with all that offense y'all got, bro. He at least get six,
He ain't,
seven
he ain't no
games.
better than Ritter. He ain't no better than Ritter.
Ritter
That's
is
Yeah.
what he telling
trash.
you.
Wait a
Yeah.
Ritter is
minute.
super
Yeah.
trash. We knew
He
that
ain't no
that nigga
better
was
than Ritter.
trash when y'all picked him. We
shout out.
knew he was trash.
Twan, why you think go bullshit? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Doug.
I ain't say he bull crapping. I'm just not, man. He's
Oh,
Bryce better than Ritter, man.
Way
I
better
ain't gonna
than
do him
Ritter,
like
bro.
that. I ain't gonna do
Way
him like
better
that.
than Ritter.
Hey, y'all. Q
Ritter
trying to
is
read the
Twan,
money.
super trash. Okay.
I
Q
ain't gonna
trying
do
to
him
read the
like
money,
that.
y'all. Q trying to read the money.
y'all three are the talkingest niggas I ever seen, boy. Like aim for Jesus with the super chat. Like I said, I am getting 5 wins this year. Bryce has to be more consistent. I don't like Bryce. Shout out to Flame for Jesus for the super chat. All right,
Flame.
continue going.
Damn, Flame. He's straight to it, ain't he? Straight no chasing.
Yeah,
Damn right, Flame.
Flame ain't
Yeah.
never like Bryce.
Flame ain't
Flame
bullshit.
straight no chaser.
But
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
see that
man.
much difference between him and Ritter. I don't.
I
No, there
do.
ain't no difference.
Shitting me. All right.
There ain't no difference. And they think
How
that
many you
Desmond
think he
Ritter,
would have won?
there's things that Desmond Ritter can do physically that Bryce can't do.
That's a fact.
Throw the
Uh,
ball farther.
He,
That's
he
it.
he can run the ball. He can run the ball better than Bryce can.
That's rare. That's not better than
When the
Bryce.
hell does he ever run like that?
All right, I'm
I'm.
just telling you.
I ain't gonna argue it. It's just no. He's not.
All right.
I ain't gonna argue that again.
I'm
Hell, he's
gonna
won
let.
more
I'm,
NFL
I'm gonna
games.
let
He's
Ken
won
know how
more
to.
NFL games than that nigga. You might as well.
Oh,
There ain't no damn argument.
That's
yeah.
a
He's
fact.
won more
Now that's a
games than that.
fact.
If you look at that, he's won more NFL games. Now what you say about that?
More talent.
Okay,
With
so who was his?
actually had a
I'm about
defense.
to say he had a so the year he won
Sound
he
like
what was y'all O
Yeah,
line
more
ranked, Red?
talent.
Top
sound
six?
like it's
What y'all number
sound like it's
six?
It
Y'all
wasn't
sound
number
like
ranked
it's
as
six, right?
high.
improvement.
It wasn't ranked as high as Bryce's was.
I mean, if anything, Bryce need to thank Eddie Panera for all the wins he got, and Eddie
Yeah,
not here
yeah.
no more.
Man, Andy
Uh,
Panero super trash.
He is
hey,
super trash, but
But
without Eddie Panero, Bryce don't win no games his rookie year.
Panera lost us some games too.
He
Yeah, you
has.
ain't never lie.
He
Why
lost it. That's a fact. And Twan, and that's a problem when you put the
Yeah,
game in a kicker's hands.
Yeah, I
That's the
exactly.
agree.
problem when you
It's
don't
never
dominate
come down to
games
we could
Yep,
go.
and
Yeah,
win convincingly. You don't have to put it in your kicker's hand to
I
either
agree.
win
there you
or
go.
lose games.
There you
You
go.
know, if
Yep,
you throw a Hail Mary and DJ Moore want to throw his helmet off, it shouldn't matter that goddamn the field goal got to get pushed back and now Eddie shanks it
I
Just
was
supposed
so
to
because
still hit
fucking
it.
pissed that motherfucker missed both of them goddamn kicks, man.
and the thing with Eddie, I'm
God
happy. Eddie was so
damn, that nigga
inconsistent.
though,
Eddie
boy.
would go 3 games straight making all his kicks, then he'll shank a PAT and then shank a field goal, like just out of the blue.
and then this
It's
nigga refusing to come to practice. Somebody he holding
yeah,
out.
Yeah,
he
like
trying
he
to
that
hold
nigga.
out.
Fuck out of here.
Nigga had the nerve to try to hold out.
Now
Say
That
you
you
hold
nigga
take your
mob.
shirt off. This nigga's a fucking cartel member and shit.
That nigga mob affiliated right there.
What
He
Like I
the
don't give a
said,
fuck.
fuck?
yeah.
He laundering money with his NFL salary.
I
Hell yeah.
feel I feel like that's what he doing.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, what you doing?
Hell yeah.
Say he's
Shit.
mob affiliated. Hey, look,
Yeah.
they called up to him over there in Germany when we played over there, and somebody ran across him with his wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
That nigga spoke real quick and got up out of there. Like, man, don't put the camera on me, on my people right
Mm-mm. I mean, they had actual reports of him down in Miami, and the folks that he fucking with down
there.
in Miami.
Bro, that turned out
Yeah.
to be true. That would be funny.
Yeah, it would be.
My player who
Shit.
kicks field goals. You guys remember Eddie Pinheiro? Well, it turns out that, ooh,
Man.
sheesh. Now he looking for
Hey,
Fuck.
us.
Right.
now if we was to draft a receiver though, hey, I wouldn't mind getting a Buka, man, from Ohio State. I like
he
a
ain't gonna
Buka.
be around for none of our picks. He
I
too early
know.
for 8. He ain't gonna be there. He ain't gonna be
Oh.
there by the time we pick again in the
I'm
second.
telling you, we
That's
can't.
a
That's the
problem.
receiver I would take. I'd take a Buka now.
He's solid.
He
He's solid.
he like a Chris Olave.
He don't disrespect Olave like that.
I
What you
Buka,
mean?
Okay, I'm an Ohio State fan. I'm an Ohio State fan. So let me clarify this.
okay,
I
At
watch
Ohio State,
Ohio
there's
you
State.
in
at
college.
Ohio State there's tiers of receivers. You have the Marvin.
Olave
You
can't
have the
stay healthy. Shit.
no. Don't do that
Buka
because
can
look,
stay healthy.
don't do that. Ibuka has never been the number one option over his span at Ohio State. He never was. He wasn't over
That's
Garrett.
his
He
number
wasn't
Well,
one.
over
you know how many
Jackson.
niggas
He
they
was,
had?
but he was never the number one. That's my point. Even now, he wasn't the number one over Jeremiah Smith.
I
It
just
was supposed
told
to
him that.
be like, come
That's
on,
that's the one right
Nah,
Ibuka
there.
he's a
solid.
dog.
You look,
Jeremiah. Oh yeah, he could not play
They
for the
say
next 2 years.
Gino.
And
They say Gino. What's that? Gino nephew or cousin?
Oh,
let me ask.
I think I
I
saw
want.
that.
Jeremiah?
I want
Yeah,
to
I
ask
think
Omar
so.
about the receiver.
They say he might be the best. Have y'all been seeing the reports? They say that boy might be the best wide receiver option in NFL history.
Get the fuck out of here. He
Man, I'm telling you right now, that
he
boy
better
who was at Ohio State,
Red. He better than Julio
I think his
Jones.
name Jeremiah Smith too.
Red,
They
was he better than
projected him,
Julio Jones?
bruh. I'm just telling you what they're saying, Atlanta boy.
That's
They're
crazy work.
saying that he is probably gonna be the highest uh you know how they do the NFL projections and this and that.
Hmm.
That their grade on him is going to be the highest wide receiver grade in NFL history.
Red, the only thing that may screw him, and then I know Twan said he had a question, is because he about to have some
Okay,
inconsistency
he
because he
going to
got a,
suffer from that.
yeah, he got a
Yeah.
sophomore, Julian saying this is going to be his first year starting. So it's easy to get the ball to Jeremiah Smith, but he going to be pretty much a freshman out there throwing the ball to him. So that's the only
Hmm.
thing that may set him
Okay,
back compared to Will Howard, who was a transfer, a little bit more experienced. He going to have
Mm.
some young guys throwing the ball over his next 2 seasons, more than likely.
What he do
Mm.
against Michigan?
I mean, that was on our offense. That was Chip Kelly trying to run the ball against Michigan. That was on the offense. That was on Ryan Day.
Okay.
We tried
Oh,
to run.
okay.
We wanted to prove we were tougher than
Oh,
Michigan,
okay.
and we
Okay.
not tougher than
Y'all ain't
Michigan.
tougher than
We
Michigan.
not.
Really?
I'm not. We're
But
not. I still want Ryan Day
that
fired.
boy
I don't
look
care about
good,
no
man.
national.
but
Really?
you
I
know
don't
what
care
though?
about no
You know
national
what though,
championship.
Omar? You know
Oh,
what?
man.
Even though if a receiver is that guy, you're still gonna see it. You're still gonna see it, even
Yeah,
with a bum
That,
ass quarterback.
true. You
you
should.
right.
True.
You
You
right.
should.
It don't matter.
Because even when Cal McCord was throwing to Marvin Harrison, you could still see that Marvin Harrison was better. And
Period.
Cal
Exactly.
McCord isn't all
Exactly.
that. Cal McCord a
Yeah.
future car insurance. Some of y'all try to hype Cal
Yeah.
McCord up. I ain't forget.
Damn. He
He a
say
future
future
car.
car insurance.
He a
God
Yeah.
future car
damn.
insurance
He
only.
trash, bro.
Yeah,
That's why
Cal
they got rid
McCord
of his
ain't.
ass.
Cal
With a
McCord ain't
flag.
shit.
He was
Well, Q, you
trash.
got some
That's
money,
why they
Q.
got rid of his ass.
Q, you got some money, but
Shout out to the money. My man Flame you just said would have won 3 to 4 games.
This nigga.
Damn.
He
he
need
needs great everything to win.
He say would have been worse with him. Shit.
Swan, what
Mm.
did you want
Damn,
to
you
ask about the
give
receiver?
Oh, the question I want to ask Omar, well, all of y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? How do y'all? But Omar, how you feel about Jaden Higgins at wide receiver?
I like Higgins. It's just
I
I think the
love
second
Higgins.
round. I think there's
Yeah, I
going to be
like
a
that kid
run.
too.
I hate that second round pick. That's why I think if Ted is on the board at 8, you don't walk away from it because that's your only guaranteed wide receiver more than likely. You're not guaranteed, but maybe a top tier wide receiver. That's because if you pass on a wide receiver in the first, in the second, by the time you draft again, may not even be. You may be reaching at that point, and I don't want us reaching.
Jaden Higgins got that wiggle. Like, I don't think Jaden Higgins is a reach.
Is he going to be there? What is our pick?
He
57,
tall.
56,
He
somewhere in that
tall.
range?
He tall, just like Tech. He just, Tech was the absolute man on his team. I think Jaden Higgins would have got the same push, but except Jaden Higgins had another receiver on his team that was balling too, so they had a dual threat. But Jaden got that wiggle, bro. He could get rid of you off that line immediately. Tell him, Swan. He'll leave you right where you standing, bro.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I know Ted got a lot of the fanfare,
Yeah.
but this dude looks like a dog. It's kind of like what's that boy that Jacksonville got? But
You talking about
all
Brian
them other
Thomas?
Brian
Yeah.
Thomas, but all them other boys at
Jaden Higgins,
LSU got
bro.
to shine. Yeah, everybody else got to shine, but that dog there, yeah.
Hold up,
Go.
Swan.
No, no, no. I know your boy in New York. He is as advertised. But I'm
Okay,
saying that
okay,
boy Brian
okay.
Thomas got down too, man.
But
He
no,
you know what
no,
I'm saying?
no.
Yeah.
Go back over here, and I try to tell that black ass Q right there, sitting right there. I said LSU receivers. I said they different Q.
They are.
I said Brian Thomas and Malik, and look at the two motherfuckers that's running the league. Look
But
at
Yep.
the two motherfuckers that's running the league. That really
but go
Yeah,
for me to
they come
respond.
out of LSU different.
that.
going
That
different.
Let me respond for Q real quick. The LSU receivers we draft are always bums. Dwayne Jarrett, Brandon LaFell, And my favorite, I think we should need to go give TMJ a call. I think we should go ring on TMJ and see what he's doing. Bring TMJ back. Forget trying to bring Robbie back. I think we should bring TMJ back.
I ain't bringing
Give him
TMJ back.
give TMJ a fair opportunity to be wide receiver 3, and I think he can make something shake.
Just go
Man,
get look, man.
leave TMJ ass right where he at and go draft another one of them boys right there. Go get McMillan. I don't give a fuck, but they gonna go get McMillan. If Travis Hunter goes to y'all remember on our draft night, if Travis Hunter goes to New England,
Oh
Ted
my God.
McMillan will be a Panther.
But that's the thing. Some I've seen some mocks, and I talked to some Patriots fans. They in play. They hoping Abdul falls. They thinking Carter's gonna fall to him. That's who they really gonna play for. They between Carter and Tet. Really, they between Carter
let
and
me
Tet. I don't think they think Travis is going to fall to him. They think Travis is going top 3.
let me
Travis ain't going.
sell Higgins. Let me sell Higgins to you. You can get who you want with that 8 pick on defense. Okay, so Higgins is got almost the same measurements as a Tet. He's fast. Like you said, Tet got all the glamour or whatever, you know what I'm saying? He can do anything that Tet does. And he is definitely going to be our red zone wide receiver, man. He going to out jump everybody. I know nobody can go up in the air with him, bro. You see his vertical?
What's the grade on him? Is he going to be there in that second round? That's my biggest concern. Is he going
Man,
to be there, or
they
is
got
he going to shoot up the board?
Why is he trying to sell Higgins though?
late
Why is he trying
second,
to
they
sell
got
him?
late second or in the third, because if we're going to get a receiver, we don't have to reach on Tet.
They don't see it as a reach, Twan. That's what I'm trying to
No,
tell you.
I feel you. I understand you on that. I'm just saying, why not get the defensive player that you want and that we need and
They're
get
not
a
gonna do it.
Tet-like receiver later?
They already got they feel that the defensive line is straight now because
They
of
brought
free
in Pat.
agency. Look at what
Yeah,
they
It's
did in free agency. They think they
Pat
straight.
Jones. Pat Jones replaces that first round edge, in my opinion. They gave Pat Jones a 2-year deal. I don't like the deal, but I think that replaces
You know what I'm
the
saying?
edge. I don't think they want to go edge young, or it's not a heavy
If,
need for them.
no, look, Omar. This is the thing. They'd only signed 1-year deals if they were going to draft rookies. They'd have signed 1-year
Facts.
deals
That's a
with
good.
those
no.
guys.
That's good.
So
Go.
they
That's a
could
good
so they
observation.
could be so they could be a veteran presence in there with those guys, and those rookies could come along the next year. But they signed these guys to 2 and 3-year deals. They're not going to draft anybody in those positions. I'm telling you, not to the later rounds. The writing on the wall, y'all.
Now, this is the other thing about Higgins too, man. You know, I talked to you guys
Got
about
12
fit.
this nigga with Higgins.
I'll tell y'all about fit. Listen, I mean, look, man, I'm exploring. You know what I'm saying? Who we should look at. I'm not gonna get into what Carolina gonna get. They're gonna get who they get. You know what I'm saying? I want people to put their eyes on this guy and not just put their eyes on Ted McMillan. You know what I'm saying? He also runs the same offense. I mean, Iowa State runs the same offense that Canales runs. That's a fit. Opposed to going out here getting BPA, go get the guy that fits what y'all do. I
Is
want
Tech
people to
is
put more
Tech
eyes on other
BPA?
overseas besides Tech. Huh?
I feel like wide receiver is a need. So
Well, I
would
mean,
Tech
we
be
need more
BPA?
deep. I think we need more defense. If we take Ted McMillan, they definitely, in my opinion, they going BPA.
My thing
You
is,
know what? You know what I would do if I was y'all and I had 9 draft picks? Y'all got draft picks to waste. I'll spend a draft pick on that motherfucker from LSU, Kyron Lacey. I don't know if he gonna
Nah,
beat them Chargers. I don't know if he gonna
man,
beat them
he,
Chargers or not.
he
hell
gonna
no.
Man,
beat
let me
them
tell you something.
first.
You don't think so, Twan?
Hell no, he
It
nah.
would, he,
Even if he does, he gonna be out of football for a couple years, bro.
I'm good on that.
Man, I'll spend a
Unless you
six
take him,
round pick. I'll send a
yeah,
6 round pick on that nigga, and
unless
I'll
you take
stash
him,
him.
unless you take him in the seventh, and some of my
That's a
drafts
real
they done
stash.
took up. Yeah, yeah.
Stash
Damn
Some
that
right,
of
nigga.
these
go.
drafts, some of
I'll
these
put
That
my
nigga.
drafts
best
they took
lawyers on
up
him. I'll
too.
put my best lawyers on him, and I say I want him to play next year. That
Yeah,
motherfucker there is bad, boy.
Red
yeah,
Swarm. Even if you get Kyron Lacey at a penny, that's still a bad investment. He's shown you multiple times between his on the
Damn,
field
Atlanta.
antics on his
Damn,
on the.
Mello. That bad for a penny?
If you buy it for a penny, it's still a bad investment.
I'm about like 20.
Even
I give a 7th round for
nah,
that nigga,
yeah.
man.
He can
I'm
Fuck
definitely
that.
for
good,
the
man.
seventh.
On the field, you do childish stuff, and then
It's
off the
offense.
field, you do
Instead of
childish stuff.
penny.
I'm good.
God
I'm
It's
Yeah,
good.
he a
running.
little
It's not
thug.
running
He a
out.
little thug. He a little thug. But I believe I don't know. Some of them
I'm
niggas got
good.
that thug in them so deep you can't get it out of them. I don't know. It
I'm
might
not
be.
investing hundreds
Omar,
of thousands and millions into that.
but Omar, let me tell you this though. He can't get out of line. Look at what we just did to Deontay.
That's what I'm about to say. You mean
Bro,
that
you got it.
Deontay?
Yeah, you had it.
Yeah.
That's why I say Twan
They
is
know
right.
he in his
A
contract.
seventh? Shit, I don't give a fuck about that seventh
Man,
round. Come
I'm
on.
not taking him. At
But
7, I'm
that's the
taking him.
problem, Red. We as Panthers, we need to give a fuck about the 7th round pick. That's how we gonna rebuild this thing right. We can't be
That's a
taking
fact.
no flyer picks because we waste our top premium picks. So you got to hit on the other ones. It's either you
Yes.
would like to hit on all of them, but you got to hit on one side of the spectrum.
Man, let me
We
go
don't
back
hit
and
on
look at
any
Se-
side.
Lacey's charges.
se- seven round, we get our kicker. Shit.
Nah, man, you can get. They gonna be on the phone with kickers when the draft ends. I ain't getting no kicker in no damn draft.
I think they just signed. They just signed. I think they signed the camp kicker. I don't know if he's gonna be the kicker
Shit,
come game
Harrison
time.
Bucker was 7th round. We drafted that nigga, and we fucking
We
let his
shouldn't have.
ass go.
We
Stupid as
shouldn't
fuck.
You
Exactly.
don't know about these
have.
ignorant motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Stupid motherfuckers.
These ignorant motherfuckers liable to do anything.
Yeah. If they fuck this up, I'm telling y'all right now, boy. If they fuck this draft up, boy, oh
They
my god.
already have Atlanta boy. If you go an offensive player with that number 8 pick, you done fucked it up. You done fucked it up.
Hey,
Yeah, they fucked it up. If you
go,
go
go.
offense,
No.
there's no way you go offense.
I've been
Who you
trying to
get
place.
offensively at 8?
Hey, go. I gotta tell you something. I've been trying to place where I hear that sound from when you say motherfuckers like that. I've been trying to figure in my mind where that came from. Y'all remember I think his name was Chauncey in Minister Society.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Didn't I tell you I
He
don't get up
became
till 2 o'clock?
yeah,
I'm coming
Pinky.
around
He
this
became Pinky
motherfucker.
later on. Yeah.
Clifton
That's who gonna
Powell.
sound
Clifton
like.
Powell.
It's Clifton Powell.
You got him, Atlanta boy. When go say, didn't I tell you don't bring your funky ass around this
This
motherfucker? I don't
motherfucker.
get up before 10 o'clock. Yeah.
Oh, 10 o'clock. Uh, have
When
folk
he say
walking your funky
motherfucker,
ass
that's who
down
go
Thomas
sound like.
motherfucker.
He used to say that. He used to say
You
that
better
them
find
Friday
your way
students
down
pinky.
Crenshaw Avenue, motherfucker.
Yeah, he did, Twan. Yeah.
He used to do it as pinky too. He said.
Yes.
He said.
Look at
Yeah.
my pistol, nigga.
No,
We
you
know
remember?
you
He
in
said, yeah,
Ramadan. We know.
I
Oh
can't
yeah,
curse.
yeah, yeah, right, yeah, yeah, Ramadan, yeah,
Hey, I was going after GP. Hey, look.
Okay. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you, Greek. I'm with
Oh,
you.
bro. I said, nah,
yeah.
we got some fun.
Oh man, that
That
dude off
joker
the
funny.
So,
chain. Yeah,
so
he
back
off the chain.
back to Karen Lacey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he threw. He done. He done.
Yeah, I would not fuck with
Yeah.
him. He's
It's a
done.
felony. Yeah, he had a
Stick a
felony
fork in
hit
him.
and run. He left the scene. You're done.
That's a fucking Henry Ruggs. He just didn't
You're
kill the
done.
motherfucker. He's done.
Yep.
You
He
killed
done, man.
somebody and left the scene? Nah,
Yeah,
you
he
out.
done.
Mm-mm.
He
You done.
done. You fled, ain't no way of getting out of that, brother.
Hey, look, let me find out
And
who
I
he
hate to see that.
Me
let me
too.
find out
I
who he
do.
hit first. Because that's gonna matter even more. Let me find out who he hit.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Because if it's one of them, he gonna go to jail forever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It
I think
better
it was
not.
a female.
Yeah, it let not be no Asian. Oh my God,
Yeah.
he
Oh man, you
fucked.
do too much for that.
Yeah,
Not if the right money gets spent.
He ain't catching. He ain't
That's
catching.
it.
I said you
That's
only do
it.
too
me.
much for that. Uh,
If the right money get to the right judge,
Yeah.
You
nah,
say
He
it
bro.
better.
again,
He
go.
better
You're
have.
right.
He better have a
huh?
clean fucking record. He better have a
Man,
flawless
To be
record.
it
clean, bro.
don't matter, Atlanta boy. If the right money get to the right judge, homie, out of here.
Somebody gonna investigate that judge
Well,
then, bro.
y'all wanted to go to goddamn Judge. What's that bitch?
And
Judge Judy, nigga. You fucked.
money talk, bullshit walk, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I tell you like this right here. Gotten to that point where it's a beautiful Friday. I hope that
Are you ready to
everybody
go?
in place. We are now at the 3 hour mark, and we would like to say that we appreciate each and every one of you guys. We're gonna start getting last words, man. Atlanta boy, talk to us.
Man, like I said, man, if they fuck this draft up, man, I got one foot in, one foot out, man. I'm holding on tight. Another thing I'm gonna say, if they pay this nigga 50, $60 million, I don't know if I could do it, man. That's gonna be a long 4, 5 years, bruh. That's supposed to gonna be rough, man. But yeah, keep pounding, man. Keep pounding. Keep
Yes.
pounding, y'all. Boy, that's gonna be rough, man.
Bro, shout out to Jamari. He got to it before I just seen it. Yeah, he threw. You I go ahead and
Oh,
do
he
mine now.
done. Oh, he done. Yeah, he out of here.
I did.
Stick
Hey,
a
shout out
fork
to
in that
Q and
nigga.
them. Hey, shout out to Black Cat Panther Podcast. Let me on. I had fun over here with y'all today. Yeah, but Kyle Lacey's done. The dude is a white dude, ex-military,
Oh yeah, stick a
with,
fork in him.
with a dog in his hand.
Yeah, he's super
Wow.
done. He's super done.
Wow.
Wow.
Done.
He done.
We'll
Yeah,
see
he
him on
put
the
me
other
on.
side.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Red Swan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, third cousin. Hey man, I joined y'all late, man. But as always, invigorating and stimulating topics of discussion. I appreciate the time. I appreciate hanging out with my boys. It heads me into the weekend feeling good, man. So I thank each and every last one of y'all, Atlanta boy Twan, my boy Goat, Dub Q, and Jalen, who was up here earlier. It's nice spending a little time hanging out with y'all. I hope y'all have a good weekend. Do something for yourself this weekend. I don't care if it's going out having you a Corona or having you a cigar or whatever your thing is, or doing like I do and just get on YouTube and watch as many them channels that I like to watch sometimes. So you know that's what I like to do. I ain't hurt nobody. I hope y'all do something that y'all enjoy, man. And I wasn't talking about porn. I was talking about these football channels. Get your mind out the gutter.
Oh
So
man.
yeah, 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 yeah. In other words, just enjoy yourself some, man. Do something
Yeah.
for yourself.
Yeah,
I appreciate y'all, brothers, man.
No
Later.
doubt.
likewise.
Our minds wasn't in the gutter. Maybe yours was.
All right.
Just a little bit, maybe.
Kendall the goat.
Hey man, Flame for Jesus, I think yeah, Flame for Jesus says thank you for the content. Everyone have a blessed weekend. And I appreciate that $5 super chat there, Flame. Big supporter
Mm-hmm.
of the channel. We love you
Mm.
there, buddy. Appreciate it. You have a blessed weekend as well. Man, great conversation today. I will be doing a goat talk tomorrow. Y'all just keep your notifications on. I can't tell you exactly what time right now, but they will be one tomorrow.
Okay.
Other than that, man, maybe the Carolina Panthers will get it right. I don't think so. That's it. That's all.
All right. If you haven't already, you already know what time it is. It's time to comment, like, subscribe. You see it on the screen right there. Do your part. It's your boys, and we are out.
Peace.